Is everybody back? What happened?
We're coming in.
Can you guys hear me?
I can.
I can.
I don't know what happened.
I can hear you.
Like I said, spilling the tea, we continue on.
Even if you don't speak, we can hear you because you have got habit of listening you. So not necessary that there should be internet connection to listen you.
Did we get booted off?
Where is
Oh.
it?
It may just have dropped.
Yeah, well, there's a big winter storm where I am, so might have been.
That
something.
explains it.
So I'm hoping that, let's get this back. Like I said, this is trial and error, I guess. Spill the tea, Miss Liz style, I guess. Ludman, I'm back, so I'll get you to continue. Sorry about any interruptions. There is a big major winter storm outside my house right now, so that's probably what happened. We dropped technology. I really don't like you. But Ludman, we'll get you back up and finish what you were sharing with everybody, the updates. And then I'm going to go to James after that.
Okay, sure. So I'm saying that I'm working as a national coordinator in International Association for Students and Peace, Youth and Students for Peace. As well as I'm working in Pakistan with different organizations for the social, to develop socially. I'm not working for Pakistan. I'm not just working for Canada. I'm just not working for US. I'm working for the world because I believe that humanity doesn't consist on caste, creed, and religion. And humanity is the my first priority as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for this for the participation in reunion and interact with each other. I think that we have to interact with each other. We have to think about the social development. We have to think about the peace. We are different, but we have the one aim which we bring together and which we bring the peace in the world as we are suffering from the biggest disaster which is COVID, and we have to think about that how we have to engage with each other and to spread the love and peace among the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ludman. And now I'm going to bring up James. Where are you, James? I see you, James. You were here 2 minutes ago.
Yes. Yes.
There
you
you
call
are.
me, Elizabeth.
There you are.
You call me?
I got you. So if you want to share your updates, James, with everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Hello to everyone. I am James Amasena Bojino from Togo. I am one of the first person who participate for the tea time with Miss Elizabeth. What I can say about tea time, it is a particular day, it is a particular program I have met in my life. And in this day, when I participate to tea time with Miss Eliz, what I can say, it is a moment of education. It is a moment of sharing something you have. It is a moment to participate in the world's education. And what can I say again? It is a moment that permits me to know well another people like Miss Elizabeth. And in this moment now, I am happy to meet another people from another countries, and I am happy to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, James.
I try to speak English. I am not from the English people. I am nothing from Togo. Togo, we speak French, but I try to speak English in my way. Okay.
So James, if you want to say a few words in your native language, I would really appreciate that because there are some French viewers that will be watching and they can understand you. So if you'd like to say a few words in French, go ahead. Can you hear me, James?
Me? Who?
Yeah, if you want to say a few words in your native language, go ahead, because I'm sure there's people tuning in from all over the world.
I don't hear you well. Please. Small, small, small.
Tu veux parler français?
Small, small.
Le français,
Ok, ok. Tu veux que je parle français?
Oui.
Ok, ok, ok. Bon, pour ceux-là qui comprennent le français, je voulais dire que je fais partie des premières personnes qui ont participé à l'émission Teatime avec Miss Elise en 2020. Et le jour où j'ai participé à cet événement-là, j'ai découvert autre chose, ce qu'on appelle l'échange de culture. Et l'éducation à travers les échanges avec une personne que je ne connais pas. Donc, pour moi, Teatime est à citer, à, comment dire, soutenir l'éducation plane partout dans le monde. Donc, je vous remercie beaucoup et un bonjour du Togo. Voilà.
Thank you, James. See, I
Thank
do
you.
speak French, un petit peu. So next I'm going to bring up Susie Vibero from the United States because she's in the car, so we want to get her up so we keep her safe because she's a beautiful soul and I don't want to lose her. So
you're so sweet, Liz. Hi, y'all. Thank y'all for having me. Liz and I have been friends. I feel like it's about 10 years, but correct me, Elizabeth, has it been 2 years?
yeah, just a little over 2.
Right? Yeah, 2019, I think we met, and I think I was your 8th guest on Tea Time, which was super fun. It was cold, and we shared a cup of tea together, you in Canada and me in Texas. And I remember talking about my grandmother and how we love to share tea together. So that's one of the ways Tea Time has affected me in such a warm way, in such a sweet memory kind of way, because it actually made me remember having tea when I was a little girl with my mama and just talking about that. And then how actually it's a cup of tea can bring you together, because it really bonded Elizabeth and me. I feel like we had our cup of tea, even though we were worlds apart, and we got to talk. And it made me realize that the world is such a small place. So all of you are all over the place, right? Here I am in Texas. It's 5:28 in the evening. And I know it's morning for Lukman, it's different times, but here we are together, bonded together over tea, something so simple. So I am the CEO and founder of Room Redux, and we're a nonprofit. We transform the rooms and lives of children who have faced sexual and physical abuse or any type of trauma. We do it anonymously so the children never see us, and we do this in one day. So now we have spread out. We're not just in the USA, we have chapters across America, but we also just filed papers in the United Kingdom. So we're starting in the Isle of Wight, England, Ireland we've got going, Scotland is about to start up. So we're becoming worldwide. And part of that is because people do want to protect children. And I know Elizabeth and I have talked about this before, but children are the future of our world. It sounds cliche, but they are. And so we want to make sure that the trajectory of their lives is changed and that they're on a good path. So I invite y'all all to like Room Redux on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, find me there. Check out our website, roomredux.org. And if you or anyone you know would like to start a chapter of Room Redux in your city, in your country, let me know, because the big vision is we're going to protect and help children across the entire world. It doesn't matter where a child is. If they have faced abuse, they have gone through trauma of any type, They deserve to know that they are loved and cared about by people they don't even know, and they deserve help and love. So thank y'all. Thanks, Liz, for having me.
Well, thank you so much. And we have really gotten close and had a lot of good times together. And we also were Global Peace Ambassadors together. So it was an honor to get to know you, Susie. And I would love to meet you in person one day. So I want to go to Nepal because I know. Thank you so much, Susie. So next I want to go to Dr. Anjay Kumar Mishra, who is in Nepal because I believe it's very late there or very early there. So let's get him up so he can share all the incredible things that he's done.
Namaste and good morning from Nepal. Since it's early in the morning, 5:15 a.m. So it's quite early in this cold weather. Still on this platform, we are feeling warm. So thank you for creating the platform. And I personally thank you, Miss Liz, and this platform for creating a situation where I was working on a book to compare the East and West management concept. And this platform gave me an opportunity to really feel the concept of global village and complete my book. Hopefully within 2 or 3 months, the comparative assessment of East and West management approaches would be completed with your help. So thank you everyone who has supported me, including Tom Corner, Perrin and all, who are developing something for global peace. And that information was also valid for my book. So it was a good, hello Suji, it was a really amazing platform for me. This year will be remembered by me for my 3 intellectual property rights, 2 published reference book, and few research articles. This is a platform where I felt the concept of global village. Miss Liz should be remembered for her unification of the globe. And I'm afraid of her 3 strongest force, which is stronger than that of dynamite force also, that is love, hope, and belief. She believed in everyone. She expressed through the tea times. It is hard to thank her. However, it is just a thank you. And I just wish a Happy New Year 2022 and Merry Christmas to all of you, with a hope to have a world free of obesity, starvation, and COVID-19. All the years to come would be free of obesity, starvation, and COVID-19 especially, because the world is having 2 problems only. Half of the world is suffering from obesity because they have a lot of food and they have consumed in their own way. So they have obesity, and Mimi would highlight how to reduce the obesity. She keeps doing. Thank you, Mimi. And half of the world is suffering from food scarcity, starvation. Currently, I am engaged to develop the first technological university of Nepal, that is Madan Bhandari Technological University. Thank you, everyone. So this was for this moment. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Anjay. And it's nice to see your beautiful face again. I haven't seen you since Global Peace, so it is nice to see a lot of these faces again because we haven't seen each other since last year. Next, I'm going to bring up, and people are sending me messages to get in and out. Everyone's busy. It's Christmas time. And I do appreciate everyone for taking the time to be here tonight with me on Tea Time. I do this because I want to show the world that we all can make a difference by being different and by bringing different ways of educating the public. So next I want to bring up Annette Chicopee, who has created her own coloring books, and which I do have as a draw tonight. So there will be coloring books going out. So I'm going to bring you up, Annette, so you can share all your good stuff and what you're bringing in 2022.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. The floor is yours,
And by
girl.
the way, I love your hat as well. I thought I should have a hat on as well. Hi, everyone. I'm Annette Chiappe, and I live in New Lowell, Canada. And for those who don't know where New Lowell is, of course, it's a small little village. I am close to Barrie, Ontario. So you can Google that and then look for New Lowell if you like. I want to first of all thank Liz for putting this together. It's amazing. And I've been on her tea time a couple of times, and each time it's been very just incredible. Being able to share with her and share with viewers about what I do and what she does. And I've been talking to people that I'm connected to get on her show. So a little bit about myself. I am and the author and artist of the coloring books that Liz has mentioned. They're called, the titles are Love, Kindness, and Compassion. And I created them through helping myself deal with and heal all the traumas I'd been through, all my mental health issues. And I wanted to get a message out to people through my coloring books, through the doodling, through mindfulness, to focus on self-love. Because the titles of the series is Love, Kindness, and Compassion. And I just came out with my youth edition, and I'm very, very happy to be able to share this with you, because my focus is on raising the vibration of the planet one soul at a time, through helping people understand that they're not their traumas. They have the ability to do good in their life, help heal themselves with the help of a therapist and mental health support workers. And the coloring books are my tool to be able to sit down and talk with people and share. People really need to start talking, removing the stigma about mental health issues. I share my story with everybody that is interested. I talk on PTSD. And I motivate people by just being loving, kind, and compassionate to them. So that's me in a small nutshell. And I, again, bless you all. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I hope to make lots of connections. Just send me your emails and I will be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annette. Tonight's tea time is to actually get you guys all to connect and work with each other. If you've noticed in the last 2 years, there's been some topics that have connected: grief, mental health, abuse, education. So connect with one another, exchange your emails, work together, build each other's platforms, support each other, because that's what we need to do. We need some global building. So I'm going to bring up, and I'm going to surprise him because he probably doesn't even think I'm going to call him up. I'm going to bring up Unisa Kamari because he has some incredible news that he's bringing to the table in 2022. So Unisa, I'm going to bring you up next.
Well, thank you so much, Liz. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I just want to say it's an honor and a pleasure to be on such a platform with each and every one of you. I remember when I met Liz many years ago, many moons ago. She was about this tall, y'all. And I look at her now, flourishing. I'm so proud of you. And this is a phenomenal stage. I'm the last person on Tea Time, so it gives me the greatest pleasure to be back. We are launching, first I am the CEO, well, I'm part of Camaro Youths, an organization where we believe that our children are the future leaders. We believe that if we don't support our children now, how can they support us when we age? But most importantly, how can they support the next generation? As you're all aware, they're killing themselves out there. They're quite vulnerable, they're confused, they're trying to look for their place in society. So we all need to come together as a community and make a difference. And Liz and I spoke about this. They say that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, also the other flip side of the coin is if the child don't feel acknowledged, seen or heard, they will do whatever it takes to be seen and heard. Meaning if they have to burn the community, the village down, they would. And that is what is going on. So we have events where we bring 10 powerful speakers all over the world onto one platform on the last Saturday of every month. We have professionals, we have CEOs, we have entrepreneurs on the same stage, 10 people. But now we have decided to take it up a notch, and this is the
This is the good
rebellion.
stuff.
We have not spoken about this only in certain groups. We have decided to launch Global Speakers Network. Global Speakers Network, it's a platform where we support speakers globally. We have newspapers, we have magazines, we have radio stations, we have about 4 or 5 TV stations that we are working with. Speakers are feeling like they're not being heard or they're not connecting, but there are so many talents out there. So we want to help you get your voice out. So Global Speakers here, and also coaches. We want to support coaches where they can get clients on a global platform. And we deal with people globally. So that is why my team and I, if you call us 5 o'clock in the morning, we still up working because we deal with so many people, India, Japan, South Africa, everywhere. So it gives me the greatest pleasure to be able to reveal this on Liz's platform today. And we're not going to talk about this again until a week from now. It's an honor. Thank you, Liz.
Awesome. Thank you. And I can't wait for the more news to come because I know there's more to come. I'm looking for people in the international countries who are here that is really, really late because I want to get you on before you go to bed. Oh, an IPC is in the house. Thank you. I think Morris, the connector, I'm going to bring you up next because I believe you're in the UK and it is late there too. So I'm going to bring you up next, Morris.
Yeah,
There
thank
we
you very
go.
much. Thank you very much. Welcome everyone, and it's good to see all faces that I know here from Clubhouse and about the place supporting Liz. You know, I supported Liz back in maybe about 2-3 months ago. I can't remember the date, but I enjoyed the tea time, even though I don't drink tea, as I told her. You know, I drink herbal tea, so I told her to prepare some herbal tea for when we meet. You know, I really enjoyed your show, Liz, in, you know, inspiring people from you to me and getting it out there, how we can, you know, do our best, because I believe we all have a purpose, we all have a gift, and we all have a service to give the world with something unique that God has given us. And you're displaying it, man. You're wearing your crown. That's my hashtag, wear your own crown. And since your show, Liz, I've gone on to do great things. I have a show on Apple TV, which with Gloria Walton called it's gone over my head right now. But yeah, something of substance. Yeah, so I have a show on there with Gloria Walton on there. I'm writing my book. I have a movie that's going to come out about my life in the future, you know, from my book. You know, I've set up a charity for the kids, you know, the youth, to teach them life skills and empowerment, and also going ahead with getting funding for my school to for alternative learning and everything like that. You know, also an international speaker now. I speak in America on platforms now, and I'm a life coach. Life coach meaning I speak life into people, just getting them unstuck with my story, which is my glory. You know, and I want to thank you for having me on your show. I see you, Nissa, and many people I know here as well. And I know they're wearing their crown too. So I want to congratulate everyone for sharing with Liz on her show. And I look forward to seeing everyone in 2022 talking about great things that they have done by the glory of God. So thank you, Liz, for having me here today. I went out my way to make sure I'm here to support you, because I tell you what, man, you're amazing. So I'm Morris the Connector. I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Morris. I really want to thank you guys because I could not do this without you guys. And as you can see, I'm not good with getting rewards or compliments and stuff like that because I'm the one that always gives it. So if I cheer up, of which I'm going to, thank you guys. Just you guys being present here right now during all of this time, this COVID, the weather, the storms, the time zones. Thank you. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to go next to someone who, yes, I see him now. Maurice Taw. I want to bring him up because he's from the UK as well. I want to try and get the late guys all heard, and then we're going to get to the little young puplins or little young teacuplins. I'll call us. I don't know. We're going to just call us special cups. And I'm going to bring Maurice up. There we go.
Brilliant. Can you hear me, Liz?
I can hear you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening across the globe, across the world. Whether you're rising, whether you're tired, it's a pleasure. I'd like to start by just, first of all, Liz, giving you a massive thank you for the work that you've done and the product that you've produced and the time and effort you've given to people. I don't think you appreciate the quality of work that you're doing and the support that you're giving to organizations and individuals to help them grow. So a personal thank you to me. I know you've done some great work with me, and the work that you've done is quality. And I think you need to big yourself up some more and give yourself a pat on the back. So I think that goes from everybody in the room, a big thank you from us for the work and the support that you've given us. So thank you for that, first of all. So yeah, so my name's Maurice Storr. Hello, everybody. I hope we're all well across the world. Give me a wave, everybody, together. Give me a wave. Woo! It's great to meet you all, guys. I'm based in London. My name is Maurice Storr. I'm the CEO of a non-for-profit organisation. I support people with barriers and disadvantages, especially youth. My background is I'm dyslexic, got learning difficulties. I've got 8 brothers and 3 sisters, and there's a lot of mental health issues and disadvantaged issues and family ex-prisoners and drug addiction. So my life has been dedicated to supporting youth who've got these disadvantages and who've got these challenges. That's where I wake up thinking about. That's what I do. I do an education, career, and employment program. So I support youngsters all the way through. So they might come to me without a CV. They might come to me with family issues, financial issues, but we give them 360-degree support. But the unique thing about the work that we do, at the end of our courses, we've got a job opportunity, or we've got work experience at the end of our training programs. So we do mentoring, coaching, career fairs, networking events, conferences, and it's all geared around supporting young people and mature people who are disadvantaged. And that's what I wake up thinking about, and that's what we do as an organization. The updates are, we've just signed a contract with youth offending organizations. So these are youngsters who are on the verge of being excluded and heading towards prison, or youngsters who are just come out of prison and we've just signed a contract to support them on their education, career and employment journey, which has been fantastic because we've been working a long time on a new project for them, and that's been my latest success. But thank you, Liz, again for having me on your show. I love your product, Liz, and it could be turned into a podcast. It can be put onto YouTube. The quality of your project is just fantastic. You've inspired me. So Liz, and Liz did a show with me that I think her uncle died the night before our show. And she still did the show with me the day after her uncle died. So these are qualities that you've got, Liz, that you need to remember. And God bless you all, and thank you for your time, and thank you for the invite, Liz. All the best, guys. I'm Maurice, and I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maurice. He is right. My uncle did pass away, and we did a memory tea for my uncle when Morris Daw was on. And it really helped me to get through that moment, because if I wouldn't have taken that time to do a tea time, I don't know if I would have got through it, because it's really hard for me to lose family when I'm not close to my family. As many of you know my story and that. So the viewers out there, if you'd like to know more on Miss Liz's story, you can get my story in Sacred Hearts books 1, 2, 3, and book 4 is coming out in 2022. I have shared chapters. I've also shared in the Unstoppable Gems, but right now it's not about me. But again, thank you again, Maurice, for sharing that time with me when I had a hard time getting through. So it really helped get over that. Next, I'm going to bring up Deborah, because I know that her and Richard need to head out because he has a soccer game, I believe. So I'm going to bring her up so she can share the amazing stuff that this woman does, because she has an amazing soul too. And she's also one of my fellow Sacred Hearts Rising sisters. So
thank you, Liz.
Real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, really quick, Liz. I've got an online class in about 15 minutes. So just to let.
Gotcha.
Thank you so much, Liz, for doing this. This is incredible. And yes, we are Sacred Heart Rising Sisters. I'm in the 3rd chapter, and my son is Richard. He actually he has two pages that he wrote, and he'd like to say something. So could he say some things, and I'll just, I already put my information there. I'm an artist. I run the Healing Heartland. I help at-risk Indigenous youth heal with art. Also other POC children, youth, to be able to help them heal with art. I'm also working with a wonderful group in the States. It's called Bridging the Gap, and it's to help change youth violence, and we want to be the change we wish to see. So I'm bringing that to Canada. Working with Nance on that. So I'll just be quiet now and let Richard talk. I really feel that he has something written out, and he's really wanting to say it before he leaves. So I will put it over to my wonderful son.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I don't have my glasses right now, so I'll try to read my best. But like, first of all, I would like to thank you all for being here, and I am very grateful for being here. If you didn't know already, hang on. My name is Richard Jaloo, and I'm very happy to be here. I've shared about my life in 2020 and spilled the tea with you. And that helped me have amazing changes in my life and how I see things in my life. I'm the first junior or child to spill the tea with you. I was very inspired and grateful for being able to participate in tea time, and I'm very happy to be able to talk to Miss Elizabeth. Thank you so much for inviting me to this amazing event, and thank you for all of you being here, supporting everyone. If you didn't know, my favorite tea is Earl Grey latte, and I have realized how much a cup of tea can really help bring us all closer together and really bond closer. You know, a warm cup of tea can really warm up the soul. Thank you all for being here. You all, thank you all for being here, and thank you to my mom for introducing me to Tea Time. She's on here right now, Deborah Bebo. This is an incredible show, and thank you all.
Thank you so much, you guys. Really, really thank you. And thank you again, Richard. You are a courageous young man and you are going to make a difference. Once your tea time comes up, you'll see you will impact a lot of children's lives, because when you guys see Richard's tea time, you'll understand why. I mean, it's so impactful. This young man has a beautiful soul and does make a difference. So again, Richard, thank you so much. And congratulations on the Junior Teabag Story Award, which you will receive. And I'm hoping you'll get it before the new year, but with Canada Post, we never know, right? So again, Deborah, thank you so much. And like I said, Deborah was one of the Sacred Hearts Rising co-authors in book 3. So if you'd like to hear her story, it is a very impactful story. And Deborah does a lot of work with a lot of amazing people as well. And she is like me, we have a hard time with shining ourselves, but we do shine ourselves in many different ways when we help other people, because that's what brings our light really bright. So again, thank you guys for joining and good luck with your game. I hope you win, Richard. So, and enjoy your evening. And thank you again for joining in from Alberta. I believe you guys are in, right?
Yep.
Yes, they're in Alberta. And he looks like, you should stand up, Richard, because he looks like he's 18 and he's only 12. So he's going to be a beautiful giant soon. And I know I'm embarrassing him, but that's okay. I'm allowed. I'm mom.
That's what moms do. Thank you so much, guys. I believe Dr. Kenya said he has to head out soon, so we're going to bring him up next, and so he can share the incredible stuff that he's done. And he and I had a really incredible emotional tea time, and this man really softened my heart and opened a lot of doors that I didn't know even existed. So he'll share on a little bit on that. So
welcome, everyone. Good evening. I am Dr. Kenya, and as I stated earlier on, it's great to see you. I salute all of you guys on this beautiful evening. I'm just super, super excited to be here sharing this space and this place with all of you. It was difficult, Liz. Sharing my tea time with you was really, really difficult. I have never found myself to be so vulnerable, and I'm learning that through my vulnerabilities, I am able to heal myself and be a blessing to others by sharing my story. So what you have done here is just truly, truly a dream come true. It's really amazing how you have gathered all 4 corners of the earth together right here on this very platform. So I salute you for that. And I drink my cup of tea with you, Dr. Kenya's Holistic Meditative Tea. Cheers. I resonate with the stories that I heard tonight so far. I was a youth. I was 14 years old. I was accused of a crime that I did not commit, got locked up. At age 14, charged as an adult, grew up in prison. I was released at age 24. Life has not been easy. I was given the gift of long suffering. I have managed to endure. Just when I thought that my life was getting better, things happened. I ended up getting married, had 2 children, had a wife that abandoned our marital home, had an affair, came back pregnant in her 3rd trimester. I filed for divorce, was raising our children, our son and daughter. Everything was going fine. I divorced in 2013. 4 years ago, my ex-wife decided that she wanted to have, she wanted to be part of our children's life. And so we were already divorced in 2013. And so she filed a motion in the court. And 4 years ago, I ended up losing custody of my children just when I didn't think that things could get worse. Long story short, I lost custody of my 9 and 10-year-old. They're now 13 and 14 today. I haven't seen them. So it's been a pretty interesting journey for me. God has maintained me. I've kept my sanity. While I was losing custody of my children, I also lost my sister to cancer. On top of that, since I put all my money and my faith and money into these attorneys to fight for my children, to get my children back in my life, I became homeless because I was placed on child support. So I found myself living in a tent for the last 4 years, 3.5 in a tent, and the last 6 months wherever I could stay. Today, I'm in my apartment. I've been in my apartment 2 months, so God is great and things are looking up for me. So when I tell you guys just breathe, I mean just breathe. The person that you see today was not the person I was 4 years ago. I wasn't able to speak and communicate and express myself how I'm expressing myself today. And because of that, I have a book that will be launched in January, Pursue Your Dreams Without Permission. So I am looking forward to that. I'm taking pre-orders right now, $20 a book. And I'm telling about my life story, me growing up in prison, what that was like, my triumphs, my tragedies, my tribulations, my triumphs, because God has brought me through. Since losing my sister and losing my custody, losing custody of my children, which I haven't seen or talked to in 4 years. Okay. I began designing shoes for women in honor of my sister that I lost to cancer. So today my shoes are made in Italy and in Africa, in Nigeria, and Aba. So they're shoes made for women, men, and children. And as of recently, God placed it on my heart to come up with Dr. Kenya's Holistic Meditative Tea. I don't know if you guys can see this. I got my little thing on. Let me see if I can turn my virtual background off. I apologize for that. So I was able to create Dr. Kenya's Holistic Meditative Tea. This tea fights cancer, diabetes, and chronic pain. And I'm also a Reiki master teacher. So I began doing all these things while being homeless, while losing my sister to cancer, while losing custody of my children, while being homeless, sleeping in a tent. And guess what else, guys? I was able to obtain my master's degree and my doctor's degree. So can y'all just breathe? Can we breathe? I am super, super excited for this wonderful opportunity because it allows me an opportunity to give back and show God that He is accountable for my success, right? So God says that I shall have everything that I desire, everything that I want, and I'm demanding that God gives that to me now. The doors are opening and I'm walking into my bright future. It's not over until it's over. So I just want to say that I appreciate all of you guys and I look forward to connecting with you. I also do a podcast because guess what? I have a voice now and I give a voice to all of you. So with that, I land my plane. I'm out of here. I just say, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. I've got a few minutes left, so I'll sit back and as long as I can, but I do have an online class that I have to do. Miss Liz, as I stated before, you are amazing. And I appreciate you for all that you have done and all that you do. And as you know, I'm only a phone call away. And I'm just honored for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I just want to keep the full screen because I just want to see all your faces all together because this is what we're here for. We're here to connect. We're here to network. We're here to, so share your contacts. Share what you do, connect, make a difference and everything together. You don't need me. I connected the dot already. You can just say thanks and carry on and we can all connect together. But I have done my job. I have connected the dots and brought you guys together. And that's what I want to do with my life is make a difference with people around the world who sometimes don't believe in themselves. And as you're hearing from the stories from each of my guests that were on, they've overcome something and they've made incredible platforms and incredible foundations and movements, or they've seen things that they want change in the world. Like Susie, she makes a change for children's lives who have been physically and sexually abused. So Rumor Ducks makes transformations of children. Morris Todd, he brings education and employment to people who are struggling with dyslexia. And I myself live with dyslexia. So sometimes I can't read or say things right, or my French kicks in and then I can't say things right at all. So, but I really want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight and that. And I want to bring, because Dr. King has shared his story about homelessness, I want to bring a guest who was not on Tea Time, but she has taken the route of Shadow Ottawa. If anyone has seen that tea time, it was about the homeless people in Ottawa. And I want to bring Shauna Thibodeau up to share about the platform in Ottawa for the homelessness, especially at this time of year with Christmas and all that. So Shauna, I'm going to bring you up so you can share a little bit about what you do.
Okay, thanks. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm very new to this. I'm really in awe of everyone's stories. I had no idea what I was going to see here tonight, and I'm really blown away. I do street outreach here in Ottawa, in Canada. I have my own story, just like everybody else, the traumas and the terrors and the horrible things that happen to us, and we grow and we learn, and we learn our own coping skills. So I ended up volunteering a lot for many organizations, and then ended up doing street outreach. It's really won my heart, because every single person I meet on the street has a story. As we know, there are every race, every religion, every belief, every level of schooling, everybody can have problems and end up in bad places. I did street outreach today, and I was really touched by one young man. He started crying when I gave him a stocking full of goodies. And I asked him what was up, and he said, I don't have anybody in my life to tell me that they love me. And I said, well, I love you, and everybody who donates to me loves you. People need to know that they are loved. And that is one thing all four corners of the world, as it's been said here tonight. We need to come together and let people know they matter, no matter what their problems are. But I take this street outreach and try to do it without money, and it works really well. My theory is we all have something to give, whether it's time or a pair of socks or a bar of soap or share a post on Facebook. We can all do something that doesn't have to cost money. So I take those donations, I put them together, and then I walk the streets and I bring them to people in need. The number one thing we try to do is bring a connection, a human connection, so they know they matter. They're used to being ignored or abused, or just bad things happen to them just because of their situation. We can't always control the situations we're in, and we end up in places that weren't our fault. I've been hungry. I've been without a place to stay. I've had child battles. I've had the divorce. I've had the abuse. I have my own story, so I connect with many of them, and the personal touch matters. We're human. That's what we need. And that's what I do. I feel really small compared to what everybody else has been saying. Like, this is huge, this is big, but I'm down on the lower level trying to get the little ones that slip through the cracks, because we're not born knowing. If you end up being abused and you need to make a run for it, we're not born knowing where to go. I come from a small town in a small province in Canada, but when I moved to Ottawa, I learned that if you're a woman, you go to a certain shelter. If you're a man, you go to another one. If you're a youth, you go to another one. How do we know this? When something bad in your life happens, how do you know? How do the first responders know? How do our therapists know? We need to get the word out there. We need to talk. We need to share. So I start at the bottom. After doing this for many years, you learn that the system is very broken. And I lost a lot of sleep, and I've cried many tears. So I had to slow it down and make it smaller and take baby steps. And I said, can I fix the system? Not right away, but can I feed a hungry person? Absolutely. So I walk the streets and I feed people. That's what I do.
Thank you so much, Shauna, for joining in. If you want to see the tea time on Ottawa Shadow, it was Bridget Borley that I had on, and now it's Shauna Thibodeau that is taking over. So you can check out that tea time as well, because that was really an impactful tea time. We actually did that tea time. I believe she was in the car because she was driving to pick up supplies for families at the time. So that was an exciting tea time as well. So that's what I do, is I serve tea in different areas, different times, different stories, the stories that need to be told, that are not being spoken about because we live in the shame and the guilt. But it's time to put the light to the overcoming and showing the success stories.
I do not judge. I do not judge when I hit the streets. I meet the people where they're at. If they've got a needle in their arm or a pipe to their mouth, or if they're a sex trade worker, or if they just lost their job, there's no judgment here. I've pretty much been experienced them all myself, aside from the needle part, but they need to know somebody really gives a darn about them and that they matter. A young man today, I told him, I said, the world needs you. He said, I don't know why. I said, that's for you to find out. But I said, you are loved and you are needed here. And so again, trying to do this with no money, the only place I have is a Facebook page, and it's called Shauna's Outreach, because we don't want to waste money trying to have fancy names or anything. But I tell those stories on my page, and it only takes one person to change a life. And that's why we're all here. It matters.
Well, thank you for your service, Shauna, because I really appreciate it. I actually
Thank you for asking me to come on. This is awesome. I'm loving every second of this. Everybody's got something so important to say and doing great work. I'm really in awe of everyone that's here.
And this is just a quarter of the people that have been on Tea Time. So imagine the viewers out there that are watching right now. This is only a quarter of what has been on Tea Time, and you are being inspired by just these stories that are here. So imagine, check out Tea Time with Miss Liz. Check out these Tea Times. They are there for life. If anybody has resonated with you, their story has touched you in any way, please connect with them and network with them. My guests are for you to share and to open up to. And you just never know who you might connect with and make a difference in someone's life.
Well, I absolutely will check out more of them. Right now, I'm delivering over 300 stockings. I started a program where I wanted to bring stockings to the homeless, and I was hoping for 20, and I have over 300. It was really a hit, and everybody's excited. So they're watching the stories of when their stockings get to the streets. I'm running around streets with homeless people singing ho, 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 Merry Christmas, and bringing them goodies. It's really an awesome feeling. So after Christmas and all of this craziness is done, I'll definitely check out more. This is great. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And thank you again, Shauna, for jumping in when you didn't even know what you were jumping into. So thank you for taking that chance.
No problem. It's what I do.
I really appreciate that. I want to jump into Haiti now, but I believe he's in South Dominican now, I believe, right, Jonas? Like, you got to tell us what you've done, because there's been a lot of transformation since you've been on Tea Time. So I'm going to bring Jonas up. He was in Haiti. Now he's, I think, South Dominican. He's going to share where he is.
Oh,
There you go, Jonas.
this is it.
There you go. There's a flag of Haiti.
So I can say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, to everyone here. I can tell, it's a blessing. It's a very pleasure, for me, and then to be in this platform with you guys, with my cup of tea, we can tell. So my name is Jonas Ofedna. So, I'm from Haiti. I am the CEO of Vision Hope for Haiti. It's a charity organization, outreach, like community projects. And then we work with children, with widows, special needs, community. We do a lot of things, as a development. And then before, I develop, what I'm doing, I want to greet Miss Suzy. And then I want to greet Mr. Tom, but he's not here, from Global Peace Challenge 2020. And then I'm so grateful, for these amazing people, and also for Miss Liz too, that gave me this opportunity, to be part of this great initiative, where in the whole world, can meet together in one platform. I'm so excited about that. And so I'm a young man, we married. I have 3 beautiful children, and then my wife and my life. And then I have a great family, a beautiful family that I really love so much. And then also, that's really helped me, with my ministry. My ministry is a Vision Hope for Haiti, is an organization, as I told you guys. So what we do exactly. So since we founded, this organization, in 2011, just after the devastating earthquake, in Haiti, January 12, 2010. And then I used to work with the U.S. soldier, U.S. Army. They came down to Haiti, to help. with food stuff and sanitation stuff. I was there, with them, working as a translator. And then just after they left, and then I started working, with missionary. I followed their step, and then they working with children in orphanage, and then in crash, and then they do a lot of social stuff. And then I'm always working as a translator and leader and coordinator. And then we see like tourism, like missionaries, in Haiti as well. And then just after, those people left, and then so I received a call, from God, through a missionary. And then God told me that, Jonas, you are going to undertake something, that's going to be bigger, step by step, while you're walking forward, and then it's coming bigger. And then as I told you guys, if you wanna believe me. And then right now, I have a great organization here that's helping people all over in Haiti. And then has, the development, started, where you born. And then that's why, I was started, where I born, in the community. But right now, so we are crossing community to communities, and then do the same stuff. As project, we do Waterwell project, we do community garden agriculture project. And then also we do Christmas child, for the kids, and we do vacation Bible school for the children. And then also we do sponsorship program, and then to help the children with education. We try, to make, a lot of change, in the life. And then once people receive education, that means a lot of things, in your life. It means that you have a stake in your hand, like Moses, before the Red Sea, and then, to make your way. This is why. And then we try, to help children in Haiti, through shantytown, ghetto, because we are born in a very poor, community. And then, as I said, very poor country too, as you guys heard. But right now, we're still struggling with our goal. And then we try, to see, if we can, help more families with our programs, as you guys heard, like, president assassinations, and then you guys heard about that, and then also after the president assassination, we get earthquake. And then after the earthquake, we flooded, after flooded, and then gangs, invade all over in the community. I can tell, this is why. And then so we try, to help more youth, to prevent them, influence, from the gang stuff. But right now, so I can tell, so the work, I'm doing, it's very hard. It's very, very, very hard, because we have nothing in our hand, and we believe in a change. We so believe in a change, because when you guys help a children, you guys love a youth, and then it means, that you help, our society for a better one. And then so I'm so excited, to be part of this platform, to be with you guys. I think, we will be connected. I have a lot of in my head, and then through my Facebook page, through my website, and then my contact, and then you guys gonna see, you guys gonna explore, a lot of things, that we are doing in the community. And then I think, you're gonna please with them. So I love you all. I love you all, guys. And then I'm appreciate your time. I'm appreciate your sacrifices. And then also I'm really appreciate your work. I know things is not easy, but you guys, each of you guys, have a determination, to change, each people life. I know you can do it, you can do it boom, like something like boom, but you're gonna start, with one by one. I think, you will cover all over the world. And then so I pray God, to strengthen you guys, and then to give you guys, more patience with people, and then more determinations, and then so to bless you the most, and then to keep blessing people. And then so Vision for Haiti helped me pray for this organization, helped me pray, for my community. And then I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jonas. And it's nice
You're
to
welcome.
see your little face again.
Tea time.
So I actually got to meet Jonas when we did the Global Peace Challenge, like he said, from Tom. So I'm just going to take a moment to read, because Tom has sent me a written update on all the incredible things that he's doing. He's unable to make it because of prior engagements with family and that. So I'm just going to share a little bit of what Tom Connor has sent from the Global Peace Challenge 2020. Hello, everyone on this Tea Time reunion. I'm sorry I can't join you tonight, but wanted to send a message of peace and goodwill to all of you. I want to send a special hello to my old friends from Global Peace Challenge 2020. I miss you all and have great memories of the goodwill we spread and the many things we accomplished together, both large and small, during our 15-month mission. A quick update from me. I am still very active in peace and justice activities, but focusing more on the local level. I have been a member of the Vermont Freedom and Unity Chorus for over a year. We have had to pivot between in-person and online rehearsals and performance, which has been disappointing. But we just produced a digital performance of a song called World of Christmas that will be released on Sunday, and I will post it on our Facebook page. I have also joined a nonprofit called Chichidan Asylum Seekers Assistance Network, CASAN, which helps, I might be saying it wrong, seekers settled in Vermont. So immigrants that are looking for locations. Like I said, my tongue, the French is kicking in. I can't say the word, but for the viewers out there, I'm sure you understand what I mean. And Tom, I'm really sorry I can't say this word. I'm a member of a team helping a family from South America as they navigate the legal process. I have also stayed active with a group called ASIC Resist, which focuses on important issues like civil rights, voting rights, and climate justice. We have worked on voters' registrations campaigns in several states in the US, among other things. Globally, I have been working with Vision Hope for Haiti and attended a fundraiser in Boston in the fall, where I was happy to meet the founder, who has flown in from Minnesota for the event. I have also been working with Kareem from Trinidad and Tobago, mentoring him on business and financial matters, while he also mentors me as a health coach. I have lost 15 pounds with the assistance of his coaching. Professionally, I will be teaching my accounting class at the Community College of Vermont for the spring semester starting in January. I traveled to Washington, D.C. to celebrate Thanksgiving with my daughter in late November, and my family and friends are well, and I look forward to traveling to Massachusetts to celebrate Christmas with them. I wish you all a happy and safe holiday season, whatever you celebrate and however you celebrate. Please continue all the great work you are doing to make the world a better place. Tom Connors, creator and founder of the Global Peace Challenge 2020. So, Kareem, way to go. Awesome job. So I'm going to bring Kareem up since Tom brought up Kareem in his little write-up. So Kareem, and I actually met Kareem when I did an event, which I'll bring up Sigan Solomon after Kareem, because that's how I actually met Kareem. So I'll bring Kareem up and then I'll bring Sigan up, and then we will continue. And at 7:45, IPC will be bringing some entertainment to all of you guys. So you might be seeing some IPC creators in the room, just to give you an idea of what is coming. Get ready, because I don't even know what's coming. But Karine, I'm going to bring you up so that you can share your updates on all the incredible things you've done.
Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Thank you so much for acknowledging me there, Miss Liz. I really appreciate you. And I also appreciate Brother Sigan Solomon for introducing us, because if it weren't for him, I would have not gotten the opportunity to know you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Karim Daniel Rice, and I'm from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. And I'm a mental health advocate. And Miss Liz has changed my life, and I really appreciate you. Since I've known you, it's just been like 1 year and approximately 6 months. I can definitely see what you told me came to fruition in terms of saying yes and getting opportunities. And I will always be grateful, and I will always share the story of how I met you. So let me briefly go in how I met you. Let me briefly go into that. It was the last day of a session that Segan Solomon had with an organization. Yeah. It was about the SDGs. And Miss Liz had just shared her testimony. Like myself, she has her story about mental health challenges. And me being someone who has been diagnosed as schizophrenic since the age of 21, I'm 29 right now, by the way, I felt as though her testimony was speaking directly to me, right? So we were afforded the opportunity to leave a comment, but I type really slow. I type like a snail, right? So I broke the rules and I unmuted my mic and I said, "Can I say something?" I said, that touched me there, and I feel as though I supposed to meet you along my journey because I too suffer with a mental health disorder. And from me saying that, we just clicked. Approximately 2 weeks after that, we had been chatting on Instagram back and forth. Then she introduced me to Tom Connors, and then I got on board with Global Peace Challenge 2020. And from that moment, first Mr. Segan Solomon, then to Miss Liz, it just brightened up my life and assisted me in catching up, because some people say I have been there and back. Having been institutionalized in a psychiatric hospital at the age of 21, it was really difficult being a father and having to witness your kids. Because I remember it vividly, that experience. Yeah, so I'm a proud father of a 10-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old son. I don't look it because I smile a lot and I tend to isolate myself. So I've maintained my youth. Yeah. So I really appreciate you, Miss Liz. I'm so happy to be here amongst these amazing people. Since my interview on Teatime, I would have been catching up, doing classes, joining a lot of forums to understand things and be able to articulate myself in a manner that's understandable as I try to bridge the language barrier, being Caribbean and socializing globally. I thank you, Ms. Liz, for always being willing to assist and give some type of advice to me. And I appreciate being in the presence of some of the familiar faces that I have seen from Global Peace Challenge 2020. And I also appreciate Tom for giving me that advertisement in terms of the health advice. 15 pounds, that's amazing. Hit me up, anyone, for these simple tips that can change your life as well. So my name is Karim Daniel Rice, founder of Daniel Rice Music Studios, poet, sexual gender-based violence instructor, delegate for the Ubuntu United Nations Trinidad and Tobago delegate, and yeah, youth leader, mental health advocate, and a resourceful guy. Hoping to connect with some of you. Back to you, Miss Liz.
And if some of you don't know, Kareem is like my adopted son, so I'm always watching out for him and making sure that he's doing okay and staying on the path that he needs to be staying on, because he did say that yes cup. So I'm going to bring up Sigun, and then we're going to bring in IPC, and then we're going to continue with some more updates. So one more update, and then we're going to have some entertainment and get rolling, and then I'm going to have some draws going on for some prizes here. So I'm going to bring you up, Sigun.
Oh, hello, good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, like everybody has been greeting everybody else. Thank you so much for having me tonight. And I must confess, it's really a very great pleasure for me to be a part of this reunion. And for me, like I was telling a friend earlier today, should I say yesterday, because it's actually a new day here in Nigeria, we're in the midnight. So I was telling her that, you see, this reunion is actually not just a reunion, but it's actually a gathering I would be so excited to be a part of. And Elizabeth, I want to appreciate you for, bringing up this beautiful, lovely, laudable initiative up. I must confess that you're doing a very great job. So by virtue of introduction, I am Shegun Solomon, and I am reaching out to you from Nigeria. I'm a young, like you can see, I'm still very much young, and so we do social work, and it's so much pleasing to see Karim Rice here tonight. Oh, brother, I give you this, brother. So and everybody who has spoken so far, everybody has been so fantabulous and wonderful. And I want to appreciate you especially once again, Elizabeth, for bringing us together on your platform. And I must confess that you've been doing a very, very great job. And I want to give you this, I give you a great plus there. So basically, what we do is I am the CEO and of course the co-founder of International Youth Alliance for Social Impact, IYASE. And like Karim Rice rightly said, so last year we had a program where we brought youths from different nations of the world together. And on our list, we were able to bring, people together from over 87 countries across the world, and, in all continents except, North America. So basically, what we try to do is to actually impact lives and of course, bring youths who are already in the social place, trying to make positive changes in the world, especially in tandem with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. And that's why we tagged our first program back then, that we had last year. We tagged it Global Connect for Social Impact. So we brought people together, youth especially, together to discuss strategic solutions to certain identified problems within individual countries, from where participants actually participated from. I must say that the tea we are serving here, like I have my teacup here with me, it's a yes cup. Like I could remember Elizabeth back then rightly told us that, there are two cups in life that you can always lift and drink from. And that was a great motivation, I must confess, Elizabeth, the way you motivated everybody out there. And I'm so happy you're having testimonies already. Like you rightly mentioned that Karim Rice is more or less like your own very adopted son. And I'm seriously so excited to hear that. And I want to hear that again. So, you said back then that, there are two cups that anyone can ever lift in life. And it's either a yes cup or a no cup. And this is my own yes cup. I'm saying yes to positivity. So in life, like you rightly said, I overheard, Shauna was giving her testimony about what she does out there in the United States, and a couple of other people who have spoken so far. Everybody has been doing excellently well. And I so much believe that whatsoever each of us can do as individuals, whatsoever little effort we can make to make positive changes and impacts in our world would really go a long way. I can see Jonas Ofednar, I can see Shona, I can see Karim Rice, I can see Lafrida Smith, I can see a lot of people here tonight. You know, I know this is what every one of us, I could, because I could hear Eunice Kamara while he was speaking. I was really so much impressed. Mary Hall, you know, everybody here, Maurice Thor. I was so impressed when I heard you speaking. You know, absolutely everybody, I could say, we're doing one thing or the other to create positive impact in our community. And I just want to say this, in this reunion, Elizabeth, sincerely, I would love you, because I know you have your challenges as well, which are so personal to you, that might want to serve as some sort of discouragement, you know, for you to stop doing what you're doing. But I want to encourage you to please keep it up. And like I always tell people around me, that whatever it is you're doing, you can be very sure and definite that it's all coming back to you. So if you're giving positive things to the world, you can be sure positive things are definitely going to come back to you. So finally, before I leave tonight, I would say that, you know, I look forward to working with everybody here. I'm a public speaker. I speak, you know, to impact lives. And of course, I'm a life coach. I train people. I have a few proteges that I have also been holding by the hands, you know, on the path to greatness. So it will be my pleasure anytime, any day, to connect with anybody, to run any project together. We can always connect regardless of destinations, and of course, regardless of different locations. So distance and locations are never any barrier. Thank you so much for having me, Elizabeth. God bless you real good. And I celebrate everybody, and I give it a salutation, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to bring Yunus up really quick, because he has a few words that he would like to say to Kareem.
My apologies if I look a little bit distracted. I'm still at the studio right now. We're setting things up, but I appreciate everyone. I just wanted to acknowledge Kareem. It's not easy, young man. But one thing I can say is that we're supposed to be, my apologies. I want to acknowledge Kareem because we are going to be in Montego Bay shooting a movie in February. We'll be in Montego Bay shooting a movie, and I want to see how we can bring you in, because because a child of, you know, Liz is a family of mine as well.
Wow.
So we'll be shooting a movie in Montego Bay in February, and maybe we can get you to play a part, not a big part, but get you in it. So yeah, connect with me.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Wow, I'm excited. Kareem, are you there? You heard that? I'm sure you heard that, right?
Well, unfortunately, if he's gone, he misses out. But stay the moment.
He's probably gone to make himself a sandwich or a cup of tea. No, he's here. Green is back.
Oh, good, Kareem. Okay.
Yanessa, I need a part two.
Marie, you know that you're already on the radar, so you already know we family, because Marie was also a speaker at one of our events as well, and she was phenomenal. So you know I got your number in my back pocket, right?
Wow.
And this is what I said when I was sharing the tea times for reunion. Lives will change tonight. Connections will be made. Networks will be made. And this is what I do: is I just connect the dots. So my yes cup has really turned into a really big yes cup for Kareem. And Kareem, actually, he was excited when I did my speech. Like he tapped right in. He's like, I'm a yes cup. And a lot of people actually wrote yes on their teacups, if I remember right, when I did my leadership conference for them for the youths. And the stories that I shared was, we have 3 cups in life. We have the no cup, the maybe cup, and the yes cup. The no cup, we always blame, complain, and stay in the pity when we don't grow. The maybe cup, oh, I'm gonna play a little bit of pity and I'm gonna do a little bit of success. And the yes cup, we just go for it. We just change our lives. We just overcome and we show people that we can make a difference. So that's what the yes cup is. So I want to really thank Kareen for taking the yes cup. UNICEF, thank you for doing that. Like I said, Kareen is my adopted son. He knows I'm the mama bear. I get after him a lot. So he's staying the course. He's doing amazing jobs. I'm really proud of you, Kareen. I'm really proud of each and every one of you who have stayed with me and stayed the course for tea time. But now what I want to do is I want to bring some entertainment. I want to liven this up because I don't even know what's coming. I just reached out to IPC and I was like, hey, can you be a special guest for me and bring your magic to the table? So IPC, you tell me where you need me to put you. You want me to bring up the whole band? Like, I can see a couple of them.
Yeah, in the house we have the incredible Bessie Mink, and we're gonna do some music for you. And we have Cheryl Terry in the house. And I don't know if Troy's here. Troy, you here?
I don't see Troy.
There's Troy. He has my link. So he's I Paint Creatures.
I got him.
I'm here.
There's Troy. Okay, Kitty.
Let me see. Bessie's there. And I'm looking for, who's the next one?
That's it.
The 3 views?
Cheryl Terry, and Bessie and Troy.
Oh, I got
These
you.
I Paint Creatures.
Hey, here we go. There we go. All good to go, IPC.
Okay. Hi, folks. I know most of you. There's a lot of new faces here. The first time I've ever been on Tea Time, and I'm very happy to be here and basically introduce myself. I go by IPC, that stands for I Paint Creatures, my name on the screen there. That's my professional creative brand, and I'm a professional creative, multidisciplinary artist. I'm a musician. I'm an award-winning spoken word poet and author. And I also illustrate and paint. And but my latest project is called The Funky Eye Puppets. And it's the first audio theater cartoon troupe ever in the world, and it was birthed right there on Clubhouse. And I brought together about 40 voice actors. Some of them never voice act before. Some of them have a lot of experience in either professional acting or performance or in poetry. And we've come together and we are basically creating the next Muppets, but we're in the stage where we're still audio. We're currently doing fundraising to make the actual physical puppets, and I work in the tradition of the late great Jim Henson. So also a little bit about my background. Professionally, I've worked in the entertainment industry most of my life, and I got the incredible opportunity to work face-to-face for several years with the creator of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, Mr. George Lucas at Lucasfilm. I've also worked at Microsoft Corporation under Bill Gates and a very creative team, and the late great Steve Jobs at Apple Computers. And I've worked for a lot of gaming companies, Broderbund and Electronic Arts. And I've been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years, and made most of my living doing performance poetry all over the States for a lot of colleges. Other side of me, I'm also an art educator, and I have a grand passion for bringing out curiosity and intuition and imagination and everything to go along with what are called the mental faculties. And I currently am working on a project for, I live in Northern California. And if you've heard in the news, in 2018, Paradise, California burned all the way to the ground because of Pacific Gas and Electric kind of air. And so we brought together a whole group of artists that we go in the schools and we help the kids deal with their trauma of their loss and their fire. And I do a lot of theater and painting and drawing with kids, but mainly to give them their self-concept and their also turn them on that the world that we're all in now, which is very entrepreneur driven. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to do some song, we're going to do some poems, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of my visual art. I brought with me members of the Funky Eye Puppets. Two of them are Funky Eye Puppets. Bessie Mink, who you see up there, plays a character named Vibrato, and it's a musical puppet creature. And then Mr. Troy Thomas, who's under I Paint Creatures right there with the incredible blue hair. He is vision impaired, and he is an amazing celloist and a composer, and he plays the violin and a few other instruments, and he just started doing a lot of spoken word. And then we have the fabulous Cheryl Terry. And then Kabuki plays, Troy plays a mechanical mech puppet named Kabuki. And then we have the incredible Cheryl Terry in the house, who's a vocalist, just an overall incredible performer, and she plays Lemonade. And so I thought we'd open up with a piece, a skit that we're doing with the Funky Eye Puppets. We don't have all of them here today, so me and Cheryl are just gonna do this together. And if you're wondering what a Funky Eye Puppet is, this is what's gonna answer it. So here we go. Take it away, Lemonade.
You may ask yourself, what is a funky eye puppet? What is a funky eye puppet? What does it take to be one with it? You know, like the melody and the rhythm of that music that we all choose to groove and bop our heads to. See, it's that music and what I'm saying that is the cure for worthlessness and the dread. It's the cure for the falling down and giving up. Because when a funky eye puppet knows that its first bout is love, the funky eye puppet knows.
Letting love be, because it's one of those magical things, like how a funky eye puppet loves to dance and sing. It's all about continuing the play, being inspired to choose this way of cruising right on through any troubles you have in the day by just paying attention to what one says.
It's when you pay attention, you know. At first, I didn't know I was a funky eye puppet. I knew they were in the lineage of Jim Henson's Muppets, and they came to be by the way of General IPC's creativity. But they came to inspire, uplift, educate, and entertain millions of people to imagine, to activate their wonder through songs, poems, and just simple nonsense laughter to keep the curiosity alive, to make this life's ride to be, as Ra would say, funkified.
As a funky eye puppet is a 21st century entertainer. It's a streamlined roller rambler of strange spirit engager, a creature that is original and full of spirit on a mission to express their way of magic through stories, poems, and funky, folky, rockin' music, rapping, singing, laughing to entertain, educate, and reclaim, rise from the falls, what some creatures might have lost inside their walls.
And in those walls is where some people feel like they didn't fit in. But as I know, I can shine from within. See, when they gave me a microphone, baby, I stepped up to the plate and I hit a home run, a grand slam, a rolling rhythm shared cymbal tied bandstand, a funky eye puppet carnival revival, a party. It was a painted poetic symphony, and it's composed by General IPC.
And like Lemonade said, we're taking off where Jim Henson left off, but the Funky Eye Puppets love funk music. They're high tech, they're entrepreneur, they're creative, they're connecting to hip hop. They are everything hip now in the 21st century in 2021. They are here as a remedy to clear out all these pandemics where you just have to be who you be by first being funky, which means being exactly who you arrived to be, and next being free, not worrying what everyone else thinks of you on Judgment Day. And you're just playing just to continue to play what will continue on this way.
And so, a funky eye puppet, you may ask yourself again, what is that? Well, I'd respond and say, with who a creature transports on through. We transport you through a direct route to the inside of me and you. Transportation into a creature yokai refuge, oddly named, 96542. See, that's a place, a story world that entertains. It gives you solutions and clues to live, to be exactly who you are. Creature, simply be free, funkified in full stride, walking their talk, being who they be. They just be funky, they just be free.
So just like Liz brings us to tea time, a funky eye puppet is a member of a global family. It's where I see you and I see me, a grand opportunity to be who we truly be, a creature funky and free, knowing all I desire is created inside of me, as I choose to make sweet melodies full of grace, gratitude, and everlasting ease.
And with a funkified melody, and that melody shows me that where the way I talk guides how I walk. It's aligned with integrity. It gives value to all who encounter me. A fantastical creature is who I be. I be expressing a silly and musical genius inside of me. You can do it too.
Yeah, so now you're tuned in. Now you know what a funky eye puppet is. It's broadcasting to you from central position K96542. It's a base station speaking to the imagination inside you and me. It's brought to you in a creature-fied courtesy by General IPC, a funky eye puppet joint, family collaboration hitting all points, a worldwide starshine global band, base station, Boogaloo Symphonic Boogie Jam.
Yes, a funky eye puppet. Now you know, but we be broadcasting podcast audio frequency radio. Been here since the get-go. It's in the rock. It's in the flow. It's the central station classroom rodeo. It's an arena where the main show is how to let it grow. Just let love be funkified.
You see, a funky eye puppet's mission is just to continue to play. Keep that funk unstuck in every way by singing and uplifting any troubles of any given day, and choosing to go the way of this incredible melody that's funkified and free, and inspires all creatures to be exactly who they be. Simply happy. A funky eye puppet is here to continue to play each and every day.
Because as the world gets just a little noisy, and when one can't hear themselves in that frenzy, all know that you can tune on into the Funky Eye Puppets Infinite base station of 96542. That's the portal to transport your imagination to the place where you're getting that funk unstuck, you know, when you're just feeling all icky that day, can't seem to focus and get it right. That's that funk, but we get it unstuck, and it lets you get back to having a funky good time. That's a way of being funkified. So I simply say, ride, rabbit, ride. Be rocking and free with the rock. Oh my goodness, to this incredible melody. See, in this funky eye puppet way that I speak, I be rolling ever so sugar bottle rocket sweet with a bang and a pulse and a spectrum of a true heartbeat.
It's a melody. Just think about it. It's a movie, a good story to get all you creatures on your way through the cloudy, gloomy mood to get back to where the funk is unstuck. A funkified groove, a funky eye puppet's dance move out on the floor of unity and justice. It's where a fabulous FIP brigade brings the fresh music full of industrial strength, starry lights, and Matsu magic.
Yeah, and that spectrum full bright, he be shining on through, where the storyteller would definitely inform you.
You've been listening to K Funkified Sanctified Radio Base Station 96542.
Echoing propellers, what she just said. 9, 6, 5, 4, 2. Echoing propeller and scribe. I be echoing juniper and roots and bow and kakapa yokai.
And these are just a few of the Funky Eye Puppets names: Blender, Symphonu, Baku Brothers, Kabu Zenzu, Kongo, Blazy, Glitch, and Raw, and of course, Lemonade.
And Boba Fett tea music. Taiki, Taiko, Kabuki, Sonic Magic. And that's all been brought to you by Creature Refuge Hangout, Outpost, Nested Sanctuary, Cocoon, oddly named 96542.
96542. Why they keep saying these numbers? I don't get it.
I've been trying to figure that out myself. Let's see, 96542. Is that some kind of code?
Maybe it's an address or something.
Maybe. Where is that address?
But we know that 96542 is just a creature yokai refuge. So now we're gonna do a little music. So we're gonna bring Bessie Mink in, and we're gonna do a couple songs. We're gonna do the Funky Eye Puppets theme song and give you a vibe of that. And I'm gonna do a little bit of poetry on it. Take it away, Bessie.
We're the Funky Eye Puppets, we continue to play. We get that funk on stuff every day. Inspire all creatures to be funky free. By rocking to this incredible melody. Come on, it's a funky fine way to be. On a planet spinning into infinity, can always come home to the outpost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Where your stars of imagination are raised. Take it away.
We came to Tea Time today to make sure your funk isn't stuck in every way. We bring Miss Liz everything we have inside of our heart. I heard all your speakers for the last hour, and you just come from those internal sparks. It's where the dream can come and everything is possible in a painted poetic symphony. If you look at life dimensionally and you see it all come to be, and we have tea time in the story of Matsu. It's called Boku tea. It's an elixir, it's a remedy, it's something that gets you happy and puts you right back manifesting all of your destiny, gets you thinking from and having fun and doing what we do, because we're the Funky Eye Puppets and we're here to continue to play.
We're the Funky Eye Puppets, we continue to play. We get that funk on start every day. Inspire all creatures to be funky free. Right, Kabuki?
Funkified.
By rocking to this incredible melody. Lemonade. It's a funky fine way to be on a planet spinning into infinity. Yeah, always come home to the outpost. Yeah.
So as you can see, the Funky Eye Puppets, we're all about having fun and communicating through song and poem. And we also like to incorporate, a lot of the new age spirituality and science of like manifestation and thinking from. And so we are composing a whole bunch of songs that the actual puppets will be singing on TikTok and all kinds of video platforms like Vimeo and YouTube. And this is one of our latest songs. It is called I Am.
I am part of the worldwide global band. I am who I say I am. I believe all in that I receive. receive with grace and gratitude and everlasting ease. I'm woke, I spoke and then I spoke, plugged into the feel of the wheel turning round. I'm bound to what I've written down, making art together, supporting unity as the wheel goes round into infinity, infinity, infinity. Hold me. IPC, take it away. Oh,
Just like we gather here on Clubhouse and we gather today right here in Zoom. You got to remember, each one of us brings a note, a melody to the circle. And if we allow ourselves to give that unique original gift we all have inside, we can do what we do in Matsu. We call it ride, rabbit, ride. We leap and we take every intuitive lead and hunch. We don't hesitate because we know we are already there. We bring everything in by just saying, I am, I am. When we gather here, we are part of a global, worldwide band. And you are bound from what you write down. And what you say, if you stay awake and aware, you will just continue.
I am part of the worldwide global band. I am who I say I am. I believe all in that I receive with grace and gratitude and everlasting ease. I'm woke, I spoke and then I spoke, plugged into the wheel of the love turning round. I'm bound to what I've written down, Yeah, you can't tell me that love doesn't make the world go round. 'Cause love makes the world go round. It goes round, round. And the Matsu baby, making art together, supporting unity, making art together, supporting unity, making art together, supporting unity, unity.
Yeah, Bessie, yes.
That was fun. Thank you, IPC. Thank you.
So that was
Annette
Vessi Mink, and she's our musical director. And you can
Cheryl.
see she's super talented. She's a multi-instrumentalist and she's a singer-songwriter. And she's been publishing a lot in the NFT space. And we all will be bringing the Funky Eye Puppets to the NFT space real soon. Now we're gonna do a piece with the amazing Troy Thomas. If you
Yeah, miss you, Troy.
he goes by Cello Phoenix on the Clubhouse, and he has a real interesting story because he basically lost his eyesight in a car accident when he was 6 years old. And basically, I've had a grand opportunity getting to know him because we've interviewed, we talked a lot, and once he was asked, you know, do you want your eyesight back? And he said, I wouldn't want my eyesight back because being blind is a superpower. And so he's taught me a lot about how you can see through your imagination. You know, if your eyes are taken, you can see through your imagination. And they also, you know, he, as he grew, he wanted to become a musician and he wanted to play the heavy metal cello. And they told him he couldn't do it. And so he pretty much strapped down and he taught himself. And so me and him are going to do a collaboration of a piece, and we'll get to hear him do his fabulous soundtrack music.
So this piece is one that I created initially for a book character, but when IPC brought it to my attention, I said, oh, sure, why not? Glue something together. So this is going to be poetry with my orchestrated piece called Veritas of Hope. So we hope you enjoy.
You do a first verse, cello.
Definitely. Alrighty. So I want you all to take in where you are at this particular moment. To let what has happened here breathe into your souls. Let the feeling of the music really close in on you. Let it all take you deep into your soul. Because as we sit here, we're not in some virtual gallery. No. We're in our own area, our own hotel, where we have waiters and waitresses dropping tea onto the little tables, and we have cakes sitting right here for us to feast on, while we take in the brevity of the moment. That magic has truly happened here. Where you know that you have gone to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, where you have crossed into platform 9 3/4 and you have taken yourselves to become the true witch or wizard of the modern day and age, where the iPads and iPhones are the magical wands, where the cars are the broomsticks, where you know that your Lamborghini is your firebolt and you go to claim your Quidditch World Cup, where you as a beautiful person, a beautiful creature, can sit back and drink your boba bean tea, and you can flip open that book and you realize that, oh my, wow, these are the boba bean diaries that I'm reading here. Where you know that when you drink that tea, you close your eyes and you know that you are not blind. Your mind isn't blind. Your mind has so much beautiful vision. Your creativity, your power, your passion, all lies within that center eye right there. Where Zeus knows that Athena came out of his forehead ready to do battle, where Vivaldi knows that his 4 seasons came out of his forehead. All of these orchestrated by the general that you truly are, like IPC here.
And indeed, we've always had this vision. Because imagination is the strength you were given at birth to break limits. You can see past any obstacles. You can grab on to the inside voice that speaks to you. It'll tell you more than the machine, more than the social network, more than anything. It will speak to you in I am. It'll take you to the top of the mountain where you can see that vista view. You can see it all inside me and you. And you can make yourself creative and make everything go away that is troublesome and breathe in all of it that comes to you naturally. And what I'm speaking about and Troy's speaking about is we have always had this music and all these incredible pop stars who have allowed us to feel and give us great memories. But we're moving into a time where the real music is inside each one of us. And it guides us. It's orchestrated. It's rock. It's funky. It's disco. It's every genre that's ever existed. And it speaks to you and it guides you. And you can sit down at the Mad Hatter's tea party. And you can say that all of us are gathered today in Zoom to hear our true music and let the tea steam rise. The Funky Eye Puppets and IBC are full of gratitude to Elizabeth for bringing us in here. It's good to see all you. See the amazing Unisa in here. And see all of you bringing all of your music so we can have tea time and we can change this world to be beautiful and bring back the magic.
Yeah.
IPC!
That was beautiful.
So I'm going to just show you a little bit of my art, and then we're going to close out by Cheryl and Troy, because we just started some crowdsourcing campaigns to raise this money to get this troupe, because we want to go all the way. We want to put the Funky Eye Puppets on Netflix and everywhere around the world. And so we're basically doing some campaigns. So let me switch to Zoom art. Okay. So this is a little bit of what I do. On the visual side of things, this is my current book, which I crowdsourced funded a few years ago, and I only have 30 of them left in physical copies. And the way you get it is you can just contact Elizabeth and get it. But it has stories and poems, and they're all from the story universe called Matsu. And Matsu is the name of the story that the Funky Eye Puppets are telling, and it stands for Making Art Together, Supporting Unity, which I think is a very profound thing in this time and era, because a lot of artists were all independent artists, especially meeting on Clubhouse. We all do our thing, but a lot of us need that grand commercial to basically get our art out to the world. And so basically, this book is just filled with Matsu, which means making art together, supporting unity. And it has stories and poems and paintings and drawings and sketches and creatures. And like I said, I worked at Lucasfilm, and that's where I really honed my skills of being a character and creature concept developer for the entertainment industry. And now I'm just pouring it into the Funky Eye Puppets and eventually telling the whole tale of Matsu. So basically, this is my art. You can see I paint from my imagination. There is the page for the Funky Eye Puppets. We have 2 of the puppets made. That's the puppet I play, which is Raw. And Raw sounds like he's all funkified and he's ready to just rock and roll with y'all. And then that's Glitch, his counterpart. And I play Glitch too. And Glitch is well, but sometimes, we're here, but the technology doesn't work that great, And so that's a little bit of cartooning. And then this is the place called the Outpost, which is modeled after a lot of 70s sitcoms, TV shows, and that's where all the Funky Eye Puppets hang out. And this is all the Funky Eye Puppets. Not all of them, but that's basically what it does. Just show you real quick, I've been doing just original paintings of the Funky Eye Puppets, and so I'll introduce you to some of them right here. This is Taiki. He doesn't know if he's a he or she or it, and he's called the heckler, so he always has a lot of fun. If you're not loving yourself, he bugs you. Right, this is Juniper, and she's played by Robbie K, if any of you know her from Clubhouse. And Robbie K is an amazing singer and actress who has sang with Aretha Franklin and Diana Ross and Harry Belafonte and Jewel, and I mean the list goes on forever. She was married 19 years to the musical director for Paul Simon's Graceland, and she plays Juniper, and she is up for a Grammy Award in the next couple of weeks for a children's album. So we're rooting for her to win that, and she plays the character Juniper, and she sings, and Juniper is very cute and very mischief. Right? We have another voice actor we met from, she's over in the UK, and she plays a character called Aura, and so she's all about the light. Right? This is another character called Kongo, and Kongo comes from my heritage of being Japanese. It was a poem that my grandma did, and Kongo means we all have a goldness inside, and when we interact with each other, we tarnish it. So we got to go within ourselves to shine it again. This is Rootzuki, and this is played by C. Kelly. She runs the Harlem Late Night Jazz Room on Clubhouse, and she's a phenomenal actress and a jazz vocalist. This is Kabuki, and this is what Troy Thomas plays. It's a musical mech that brought the music back to the creatures. This is the Firefox. Any of you know Artie Fox on Clubhouse? He runs the Clubhouse Rap is Poetry, and he's an amazing rapper and a musician and a spoken word poet, and he plays the Firefox. And then there's the Baku family, and Baku are a traditional yokai. They are a fused creature made out of an ox, big cats, bears, and elephants, and they're known from the yokai folklore of eating bad dreams and protecting the dream realm for all of us. So there's 3 of them. This is Kobu and this is Zenzu, and they're both brothers. And then they have the father. Where's the father? The father's right here is Symphonu, and you heard us mention Symphonu. So those are the Baku brothers. This is a character called Leap. No, that is not a cigarette or a joint. He chews on ginger sticks and cinnamon sticks, and he's the master manifester. That's why his name is Leap. He's all about leaping into manifesting, you know, what you wish, what your wish is fulfilled, right? This is called a Kappa DJ. This is a classic water goblin from Japanese folklore, and they are called Kappa, and they're basically part fish, part human, and they have this strange dish thing on their head. And me as a poet, I like to interpret things, you know, very poetically. And so I look at this dish, it's filled with water, but it's also an opening to their head. So I think it's the ultimate consciousness of having an open mind. And there are 3 Kappa DJs in the Funky Eye Puppets. So this is Scratch, and this is Mix, and this is Fade. And then this is a character called Rolo, and he's basically a raccoon dog. So, and then this is Jacopo, but I could sit here and show you them all day because I have 40 of them. I didn't bring out vibrato and lemonade, but that's what I got going right there. Actually, here's a hat I'm working on, right? That has the Funky Eye Puppets on it. So that's a character called Funk, and there's Raw. That's my character. Right, and then there's Kabuki again, right, and then there's Zenzu, and there's Lemonade. That's Cheryl's character, and then there's Scribe. That's played by Tamara Warner from Texas. And we just give a little shout out to the head administrator. If any of you've met on Clubhouse, he plays the character Funk, and he also plays Zenzu. And he is Mr. Quincy Keith, and please give all your energy to him today because he is in the hospital right now, and he is a phenomenal human being, but he has a little bit of an adverse story. When he was 13 years old, he was protecting some other kids from a bully, and these other older kids came and attacked him, and they started stabbing him with used needles, and so he contracted HIV when he was 13 years old. And then the story didn't stop there. He, you know, continued his life even though he has AIDS and HIV, and he became a dialysis technician, and he was in Chicago, and one night he was helping a lady, an elderly lady, with her groceries, and the lady got jumped by some youngsters, and Quincy tried to protect the lady, and then one of the youngsters that jumped him had a gun, and so Quincy got shot in the back, and it hit his spine. And so he got paralyzed basically from the chest down. So he has HIV and he's paralyzed then chest down, but that doesn't stop him. And he's an amazing voice actor. I've really worked with him and get him up to that level. And he's starting to do amazing things. And he does it all, and he's bedridden, and he just sits there, and he's the most amazing administrator I've ever worked with. And he runs all the stuff. So please give your blessings to him. He got a major bladder infection, and he has gallstones, and so he got hospitalized a couple days ago. We've been talking to him, he's doing okay, but otherwise he would have been here, so you would have met him. So please give it out for Quincy Keith, and then connect with him if you're on Clubhouse. He's an amazing being. He's totally open. He tells his story, no problem, and he comes in, he will come into your room or whatever you got going, and you know, when he speaks, it's powerful. So I'm just gonna end out by giving it to Troy and Cheryl, and they could give a short thing on a couple campaigns they're giving. And I just give a massive shout out to all of you, and thank you for letting us come in here and entertain you. And thank Miss Liz like crazy. She's an amazing being. Like she just came at me, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready. So thank you for the tea time. Give it over to Troy Thomas and then to Cheryl.
Thank you so much for having all of us here. I just want to say that. And I love all of you. I really do. Every one of you, even those who I don't know. So my campaign part of the Funky Eye Puppet is to launch one of many tales that will be told from the Funky Eye Puppets, and it is from my character Kabuki. And as you now know, Kabuki is a musical mech. If you want, you can think of him as kind of a distant relative of the Transformers, but he brings the music, he brings the art, he brings the light. He really he brings all the love. And so the first book in the series, which is a children's series, the series is called Planting a Seed, and the book is called A Tale to Tell. And it's where you, your children, your nieces and nephews, the teachers, everybody can not only meet Kabuki, but you can actually meet the, you can find a bit of Kabuki inside of you, because, there's a creative spark in every one of us. And I had to follow mine because I had no support. I had no love, no one to push me to do the creative thing that I wanted. So I had to build that on my own. So, do you feel like you have it? Do you feel like you are, a mad hatter accountant, or a mad hatter Albus Dumbledore who could run the next Hogwarts, because it's true, you can. So the books help you and your children guide to that realm. And when you go and when you pledge, there are rewards. And one of the beautiful rewards that you can get is a digital download of the actual soundtrack. And the reason why I made a soundtrack to the book is because it's rare for me to find an audiobook where you actually have music behind the narrator. And I was just reading one book one night, and I was like, oh, there's music to this. Wait, there's music to this. You know what? I want to write music to the book, so that when the teachers are reading it to their students, the students aren't just listening to the words, but they're listening to the music, and they get the feeling. They really get involved, and when it's done, they they go home and they're like, whoa, I just went into this realm, So, the rewards are very much worth it, and you get so much out of it. And, you get it before it hits the markets. That's also, the plus. So you can find the Kickstarter campaign at, kickstarter.com /project/Cello Phoenix. And it will be there. You can click to be notified.
We'll get the information to
okay. Definitely.
So thank you, Joy. Yeah, so we'll be launching that really soon, and it's a heavy passion project with Troy, and we also exploring a lot of concepts with Kabuki to talk to vision impaired people too, and teach them that they can make music, and the superpower Troy is displaying. It doesn't stop him. He's my best measuring stick for poetry now. Like when I do poetry, he sees it. For instance, he came on the stream once, and we were describing the Kappa DJs in my poetry, and he didn't see these. Of course, he can't see the paintings, right? But he actually told me every single color on this creature, and he's blind. He'd never seen it. We were just sitting there, our mouths were dropped. Like, how are you doing that? And so remember, all of us have that superpower, even though we have these two eyes we can see with, right? So I'm going to end out and give it over to Cheryl, if you can be real quick, because I think we might be going over. Give it to me, Cheryl.
Thank you. Thank you, Troy. IPC Bessie. Thank you, Ms. Liz, for inviting us. Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful comments. I've been reading them down there, and just thank you for having us. Let me give you a little, really brief. I'm Cheryl Terry. I play Lemonade in the puppet troupe, and Lemonade Top Flight Please. She's a country girl, and Lemons remind me of lemonade, reminds me of the country where I'm from. And what I do with your lemons, when you got a pile of lemons and, from all your sour moments in life, so the lemons just pile up, they pile on up. And you take those lemons and you squeeze them and you make sweet, sweet lemonade. And you put that lemonade inside yourself and you sweeten up all that's gotten sour. And that's what I give. I give sweetness to anyone who encounters me. And I'm lemonade. Um, I'm a manic depressive. I like to say I was, but I don't go against anybody's doctor's orders or tell them how to deal with their depression or their mental health. But I feel like when I met the Funky Eye Puppets, this is why I stayed. I was disconnected with myself, and through these scripts and the poems, and I said, "Wow, this stuff is all about just connecting back to yourself." And once I did that, I've been able to control my triggers, my highs and my lows. Because when I met them, I was in one of my lows, and I was deep down in my low. I was so scared. I didn't think I was going to come out of that one because I had been in them before, so I know my highs and I know my lows. At that time, it was different, and I was really, really scared. And through Bessie Mink, who I met in a songwriting class over the summer, she had invited me to the clubhouse to meet the puppets, and I went. I'm sorry. It was the best thing that ever happened to me because I don't know if I was going to be able to come out of that funk I was in at that time. A lot had happened, and it triggered everything that I had been holding inside. So I'll forever love you, Bessie. IPC, everybody. But that's just a
Cheryl, I
brief
love you
summary of
so
me.
much, Cheryl. You're so beautiful and amazing.
Yeah, thank you. But okay. I said I wasn't gonna do that, but I just get so emotional when I think about where I was and where I am now because of the Funky Eye Puppets. Oh my God. But so I'm pushing with the campaign too, and I started one on GoFundMe charity, and I have the links there, and IPC will share them with you. So we're now raising money for the actual puppets, so we can get them made and do the puppet show physically and take it to wherever it's needed. This movement is so amazing, and I believe in it wholeheartedly, and that's why I'm here today. And thank you for your time. I love you all.
And the first kind of outreach we're doing for fundraising and to start moving us into the mainstream media is what we've called the inclusion crew. And basically it came to my attention a couple months into working with the troupe that 5 of the individuals who are cast members are all disabled. So we have Robbie Kay, I told you about, who is the actress and the voice singer. She has multiple sclerosis and she's slowly going blind. The second one, of course, you met Troy, who basically lost his eyesight to a car accident when he was 6 years old. And then Quincy Keith, who I told you about, who has HIV and is paralyzed from the chest down. And then we have the incredible Erica Renee, who was shot by a stray bullet when she was 21 years old, on her 21st birthday, actually. And basically she suffered traumatic brain injury and basically lost her voice and her memory. And miraculously in the hospital, she taught herself how to speak again and brought her memory back. And Clubhouse saved, I think, basically Quincy, Troy, and Erica Renee's life, because they found they could navigate the world through their voice. And so it's a pretty amazing story. And then there's Kalichi. I think most of you know him. He's from the UK. He also had a traumatic brain injury, and basically, so we're working with the inclusion crew, and then Cheryl brings the silent mental health issue, disability, and and also just the last thing is the Funky Eye Puppets are designed to go on forever. Like the story I'm telling Matsu is a very developed story, and everything we're doing, we want to give back to the youth, because I'm an art educator, and those of you that know my adverse story of how I grew up, everything we're doing is to show the creative folks and the kids of the future that they can be exactly who they be in this world and make a living and make a difference and contribute. So that's it for us. Thank you, Miss Liz, and thank you all so much. And I love you all, and looking forward to connect with you all.
Well,
Take care, everyone.
thank you so much, IPC, and thank you to the group for joining on such a short notice and just taking a chance on understanding what Miss Liz's Tea Time is all about. And the Funky Puppets actually goes with all of my guests. We all are unique and different in our own ways and bringing a different flavor. So I really want to thank you, IPC, for coming and sharing this with us and getting those connections, network and connect with IPC and his group. Amazing work you guys are doing. Troy, amazing job. Blindness is really dear to my heart because I am going blind as well, as many of you might not know. So it is truly impacting to see that you would not change your life, Troy, because I say the same thing. When I go completely blind, I will not change my life because I've already seen and I already know what is out there because I look at the little things and appreciate the little things. So I believe that we were actually connected for a reason and we were brought to join together for a reason. And that's how Tea Time is. I find people out there that I connect with who I feel other people would connect with. So again, thank you, IPC, and thank you to your amazing team, Bessie. Amazing voice, thank you. And Cheryl, thank you for the storyline. It was really beautiful. So thank you again. So now let's get back into some updates of the amazing guests that I've had on. We do have a couple guests that can't come on camera because of bad connections and stuff like that. So I want to get them on because they really have impacted my life and changed my life as well. I want to get on, I'm not sure if she's still here. I want to get on Simo Clapton because this woman has changed my life and has believed in me. I had a fundraiser a couple months ago just to keep Miss Liz going because I was struggling financially, and she went out of her way to help me with my fundraiser. So I want to thank them. And I want to thank them for having me on their platform and their organization as well, because it's an amazing platform that this woman is doing for empowering young girls. So you see, we all help each other. Miss Liz too struggles, and at times my Tea Time guests help me out in ways that I would not expect you to, because you give me that support when I need that push. Sigan, you have pushed me a couple of times not to give up. It is a really hard job what I do. A lot of people think it's easy. It's not. I'm reaching out to everyday people that have hard stories that need to be spoken and told. So I want to bring Simo up. She's going to be audio because she can't get the camera on, but I do want her to express a little bit on her foundation because her foundation is incredible.
Hi, good night, everyone. Good night, Liz. Thanks very much. Can you all hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Right, great. I must say thanks, Liz, for believing in me, and for supporting me and for being there for my foundation. This is the Miriam Foundation. It's really been a challenging 10 years, I must say, since the foundation was conceptualized. But I must thank God for the breakthrough this year. Things have really started to happen. First of all, I'm Simone Claxton, president and founder of a nonprofit organization in the beautiful Trinidad Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And the foundation is named after my daughter. It was birthed approximately 10 years ago with the vision and dream to empower young women and to empower single mothers, especially, and to give young women that chance at life, so that they wouldn't fall prey and victim to, certain domestic circumstances, so that they'll have a fair chance, at fighting the challenges of womanhood. I must say it's not been an easy journey, and even up to now, even this very day, I can say that in your victory there are challenges, and well, there will always be challenges, but you just have to keep pressing on. And not for one day I ever wavered in my dream, even though it looked to other persons that it was just a fantasy, but I knew that it would come, to pass. And this year, things have really materialized thanks to our sponsors. We've had some really fantastic persons on board. As I said, Miss Liz really supported us. In July, we had a tea party. The girls dressed up. She organized a vision board activity and some speakers from, all over the world. It It was really a fun, and a different activity. And I must say, Liz, you're so creative, I think that's one side of me that, I don't have, but you're so creative, and your imagination and the things you think about and how you organize things is really, really, really fantastic. So your support has been much, appreciated. And one thing I must say is you give so much and you don't expect anything in return, so I'm always happy to give once I can, to support you in your dreams, because you do everything just so selfless. Sometimes I wish everybody else was like you, but I guess that's not the case. And that's part of, some of the challenges that you have to go through. You deal with different people, different agendas, et cetera, et cetera. So life goes on and we keep pressing. We've had some great sponsors. We've even had the Stephen Marjorie Harvey Foundation in the US on board, as well as our National Lotteries Control Board in Trinidad and Tobago, and a couple of banks and financial institutions. So we've really made some headway. The girls have enjoyed the program. We've had graduation this Saturday gone. We've had nearly 30 girls graduate, and half of them will be moving on into the Youth Ambassador Program for next year. Please the Lord. It's been amazing, the various topics we've been able to cover, starting with their mental health, self-esteem, diet and nutrition, robotics. It's just been, even the vision board, showing them, their dreams and their goals, actually putting it down on paper so that they can actually see it and work towards, and dreaming big, because the name of the program is called Dream Big Girls Empowerment Program. And it's just to enlighten young girls and women that there's no dream that's too big. You can achieve anything that you put your mind to, and if someone like myself, within a small Caribbean island can achieve, they too can achieve, so there's nothing wrong with dreaming big and realizing your dreams. It's really nice to be on this platform with so many, diverse interests and diverse cultures, so many creative persons. It'll really be a pleasure to link up, with you guys afterwards, and, see where we can support each other in, in any way possible. So I don't want to, I just want to say thanks to Kareem. Kareem's been a real support with his music for our program, and he came on to one of our sessions as well and spoke and gave some inspirational words, We did have a session where we brought on a few fathers, like a father and daughter session, where we can give the girls, that positive male perspective, So that was really one of our special sessions, as well as Miss Liz Tea Party. And also we had a mother and daughter session as well. So it's really been a wonderful, wonderful year. And I must say, after 10 years of pressing forward and a lot of challenges and setbacks, that my dreams are coming true. So this is just the beginning. 2022, here we come. Thanks very much, everyone. It's been a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. A couple of the guests had to leave because of the time frame and that, and so I will get them to give me some video updates, and I'll get that onto the YouTube channel, because I really want to get you guys seen and heard, because that's what I do, is get you seen and heard. I do want to bring up Marie Hall next, a woman I met through the Let family. I spoke in Detroit, Michigan for the first time on a public stage, international stage, in person, September 15th of this year. And I got to meet Marie, and she was one of my roommates. So we had some good old fun times, and it's always nice to meet you guys in person. So be sure that you guys are all on my radars. I do need to do some traveling, when I win that big lottery check, but I will be coming to see all of you guys, because there are big plans. So I want to bring up Marie. And if we run over a little late, I do apologize. I really wanted to get IPC really seen, because his work is educational, and we need education right now. That is one thing I'm very, very strong on, is education. I was not given the opportunity to have a full education because of my life but I really want the children out there and the viewers out there to understand that education is important and all different types of education is important. So Marie, I want to bring you up so you can share, because she is an educator.
Good evening, everyone. This has just been amazing. My heart is so full from all of the wonderful stories and the things that everyone has shared. Liz, you know I love you to death like a sister, and I'm so grateful that you have this platform that people can come on and share from all around the world. So it's just a blessing to be able to be on your platform, and I've gotten a chance to know you, and that's been wonderful. And I feel like we're sisters now, not by blood, but we're still sisters. And I'm not going to be a very long time because the time is far spent and it's getting late. And I know that other people have to share. And I see some of our other LET sisters on here from the Leadership Experience Tour. And I just want to say hi to them. Hey, guys, I love you. And I miss you. But I am the CEO and founder of Ruby Mac Learning Academy, which is a nonprofit organization. And we work with individuals and organizations. And basically, I'm gonna just summarize this. My job is to unlock you, to help you become a better person, to help you become who you really want to be and who God has ordained you to be. We all have stories, we all have life trials and tribulations that we have gone through. I've heard a lot of stories that I resonate with, from domestic violence to being homeless and just having different struggles. And we all have different struggles, and sometimes we get stuck and we don't know how to get unstuck. So one of my main goals is to educate, elevate, and empower you to be the best person that you can be. And so I am an author, an international speaker. I'm a best-selling author, I should say. I don't really brag on that stuff because none of that stuff is important. The important thing is that I transform lives. And if I don't transform your life in some way, form, or fashion, then I haven't done what God has ordained me to do. And so that is my main goal, to transform lives. And I'm just so honored to be here on this platform with you all, and be blessed.
Thank you so much, Marie. And it is so nice to see your face. I'm going to bring up, since we're on a roll, we got the LET girls in here. We got Joe Brown and Joy Brown, and we have Elizabeth Carter in here. Tiffany Perel was in here, but she had to skip out. But I really want to get the LET family up here because they really transformed my life. They really made me feel involved and connected. So I want to bring up, I'm going to do Elizabeth Carter next, and then I'm going to do Joy, because Joy, she's a powerhouse, man. I'm telling you, that girl, she's going to roll this joint up. She's going to make us all happy, happy, happy. And then after Joy, I'm going to do Barbara. And I think and I'm going to finish off with Shanna Cook from Cornwall. She lives where I live, and I actually know her in person. So I'm going to close up the show with Shanna, but we're going to go with Elizabeth Carter, Joy Brown, then Barbara, and then we're going to do Shanna and close it up for the night. And I really want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time and sitting and having tea with me, because it is more than just a beverage. It is actually teaching educational awareness that we all can transform, empower, and take action. That is what tea is for me. I just use tea as a metaphor. I drink a lot of tea, but the tea is the actual education that we're teaching everyone, that we all have a story and our cups are strong. You guys are all strong. So I'm going to go with Elizabeth Carter, because this girl, man, she played some tricks on me at the LET thing. She was like, which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I was like, what? So she can get a little into that. So Elizabeth, I'm going to bring you up.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. And thank you, Liz, so much for this platform. Yes, I am one of the LET Girls Leadership Experience Tour, We were on stage live in Michigan back in September, and it was such a pleasure, to have a namesake. And we also share the same month birthday. So we have several things that are in common, and I really appreciate you bringing me up. I'm Dr. Elizabeth A. Carter. I am more on the corporate side, not necessarily the nonprofit side. Being in corporate and being a minority, we are still disadvantaged, and we still see inequity pertaining to minorities in leadership. Less than 8% of African Americans hold managerial roles in corporate, and that is a crying shame, and the numbers are not changing. It's been my mission to really work with African American women, but all women of color, to ensure that they have the right tools, information, and resources to really grow in their career, because companies need all of our voices. Every one of you here, I would love to have you all in one big corporation, because your uniqueness, your experiences, if we had this everywhere, what a great world this would be. But if we can't get this figured out, we are going to be in a world of hurt, which we really are in many places. And what I've been doing since the stage in September, I've really been active in getting my voice out there, sharing my story, how I feel always lonely in the room, always feel that I'm overprepared and never recognized, was laid off on unemployment for 15 months, trying to figure out what's next for me. And I want to be able to have others not go through that experience. So since Let, I've been sharing my same story from that stage in other places. I'm working on going back on the stage in February for Let to share a slightly different story, but I'm really excited about being able to share my story. I'm very introverted, you really can't tell that. But for me to finally get my story kind of out of my heart and into the world, and having people say to me, you know what, that happened to me too. I so appreciate hearing your story and giving me information to help me get over it and move on to the next one has been really helpful for me. So that's what I've been working on. And I thank you so much, Liz, for the stage. Thank all of you for sharing your stories. You inspired me, gave me some things to think more about, and I look forward to connecting with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And I love the name Elizabeth, right? Us Elizabeth Shiny. Next, I'm going to bring up Joy Brown, and then I'm going to bring up Barbara, and then Shanna, and I'm going to close it up with Deb. She just sent me a message, and I do remember her asking me that she wants to close up with a poem, so we will close up the Tea Time reunion show with Deb reading a poem. So Joy, I'm going to bring you up so you can powerhouse this house up a little.
All right. Well, I just want to say it has been my honor and privilege to be with you all on tonight. Liz, I thank God for you. I thank God for your ministry, and I just know that the best is yet to come. And so I am your girl, Joy, but I'm now Dr. Joy Brown. 3 weeks in, received an honorary doctorate. So when I say that God is good, and God will blow your mind, and things that you thought about and dreamed about when I was a child, God has manifested in my life because I stayed true to who I am. And so I am your career strategist, your life coach, and I'm all about educating, equipping, and empowering you to step into your greatness. Again, I have the pleasure again of helping people get to their stepping into their grading, to their greater, walking in their gifts and talent. I am a testament, because when I started my federal government career as an intern, you could not tell me that God would open up doors, and now I'm the HR director. That ain't nothing but God, because I stay true to who I am. So I am the one who's going to be able to help empower you, equip you, and elevate and change your life to dream that dreams can come true, because I'm a living witness. And so I am super excited about what is about to take place. Again, I am now at a position that I will be able to create opportunities that will change lives of the American people. So if you're ready to get prepared, if you know that 2022 is going to be your best year yet, and you need to lock in and get connected to some coaches, to some people in your life that's going to change and elevate you, you need to holler at all of us on this platform, because again, we are going higher and higher in this next season, and it's all about the connection. So thank God for this platform. Thank God for your ministry, Miss Liz, and I know that the best is yet to come.
Thank you so much, Joy. Joy is, she just gets me all fired up inside. I don't know what it is about you, Joy. Maybe it's all the joy. I want to bring in Barbara. And now, Barbara J. Hopkins, I actually reached out to this woman because I was struggling with my grief of my daughter that passed. And she does this incredible work of writing messages on your body to release the messages to your loved ones. So Barbara really touched a special part of my life and helped me with my grief. So I want to bring Barbara in because this woman has really gotten some really incredible awards lately that will blow your mind. Just blow your mind away. So I'm gonna bring Barbara up. My tongue is getting all twisted here. I need more tea.
Anyway, thank you so much, Liz. Yeah, I'm Barbara J. Hopkinson, and here's to you, Liz, and to everybody that's been on this. It's really an amazing and hard act to follow. A friend of mine from London, I was here last weekend. We went to New York together, and she brought me this great teacup from Queen Elizabeth from the UK. So it's awesome, perfect for tonight. Anyway, I do the grief recovery work I do because I've lost 3 children, a husband, and sight in one eye. So, and both parents. So I do this in their memory. I have a local nonprofit where I have a support group for families that have lost a child, grandchild, or sibling. But I have a national and international nonprofit called the Butterfly's Journey for more broad grief. And my mission is to help those struggling with grief to find their hope and resilience. And we basically do 3 things. We have a free online resource center. I have an advanced certification in grief recovery method to teach those classes online or in person. And the grief recovery method is the only evidence-based methodology for grief in the world. It's been used 40 years on 6 continents. And then the third thing I do is something that that Elizabeth just mentioned. Thank you. It's called Faces of Resilience, mobile photo shoots. So I go to grief-related events and I take photos. I bring a mobile photo shoot with a backdrop and a photographer and lights and the whole bit. And we actually encourage people to express themselves about their grief. And I write whatever they want to say on their skin with washable magic marker. And then we professionally edit the photos and send it to them. So it's very cathartic for them to express their grief, which is difficult in most of our cultures. And then it's a catalyst for them to talk with others about their grief. And I do have a photo book, which I'll show you here. This is an example. And then just even to show you just kind of, so basically people, oops, I'm doing this wrong. People are, this camera is backwards the way this is, so I'm gonna look, this is basically different. So I really want to take this practice of Faces of Resilience. So I've got 10 books, but it includes the 2 that are just mine. The rest of them are co-authors of a memoir and this Faces of Resilience, and do different themes. And I want to take them more international. So far, I've got 8 languages. But I really want to, and I've taken them all over the US and to the Caribbean, Canada, and London, but I really want to take them broader than that. And we do things like national conferences for grief organizations like the Compassionate Friends or Bereaved Parents of the USA, Association for Death and Education Consulting, Walks to Remember, Overcoming Addiction Vigils, Walks on the Capitol, about the opioid crisis. We've done, in all different sorts of venues. So I really would love to find a way to do a lot more of that and allow people to express themselves about their grief. It's really quite healing. And then, again, we have a butterfliesjourney.org is my website. It's FLYS, possessive, not plural. So there's a free resource center, free online resource center with 10 categories of resources on it. And then information about the grief recovery classes and the photo gallery with a lot of these. So people can look on there and see that they're not, they're not alone. You had mentioned some awards. I was honored recently. I actually, this year was part of 4 anthology series books. But the awards I got from the International Association of Top Professionals, they had given me an award in 2019 as Top Professional Resilience After Loss. And this year, we just had a gala in New York City. and they gave me another award for Empowered Woman. But the biggest one, just as I think it was Joy had just mentioned, I also got an honorary doctorate, and they awarded it to me in New York City in this past weekend, as a matter of fact, from the Global International Alliance and in humanitarianism. So I'm really honored to have been getting these awards and to have a brand new shiny doctorate. and it's just I'm really honored, and I just really want to reach out. I've been retired from IBM probably now for 8 or 9 years, and corporate technology, and really just focused on helping people with their grief and finding resilience. I teach resilience workshops and things like that when I speak and do these photo shoots too. So anyway, thank you very much, Liz, for giving me this opportunity, and it's been a pleasure to work with you and to be on a couple of your shows.
Well, thank you so much, Barbara. And like I said, you really helped with my grief, and you made me understand it a little bit more as well. So I want to thank you for that as well.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you.
So I want to bring up Shanna Cook, and then I'm going to bring up Deborah, and then I'm going to do a draw for tea time. The goal is, I have a bunch of things, as you can see. You probably have been noticing I support you guys. If you have a book, I get a book. If you have a shirt, one of our biggest supporters, and he's not here, is Mark Williams, and he has reached out to many of you guys. It's about bullying and racism. I am totally against any bullying and racism. So I want all my brothers and sisters of all the nations to understand that we can all be one. We're not playing color cards here. We're not playing better country cards here. We are playing unity, and we bring everybody together as one cup and one pot of good, strong tea. So I do have Mark Williams' Pink Thursday campaign. If anybody would like to be part of that campaign, you can reach out to Mark Williams as well. He wasn't able to make it. Also, I have on this side, I have Wendy Robinson, who her and her mom wrote a book on domestic violence. So if anybody would like to get a copy of that, please let me know. I am going to be sending copies to people who want copies of books and authors that have been on Tea Time. Also, there's Born to Ashes in the back, an author from Canada. I have 2 copies that I would like to give to somebody. So it is about mental health and awareness and stigma and all that. So if you would like some kind of poetry and inspiration, let me know, and I can send you a copy of that as well. Also over here, I have Follow Your Dreams. I want everyone to understand that we need to follow our dreams, no matter how crazy they are. I've been laughed at, I've been mocked at, because I'm the lady that sells dreams for a cup of tea. Everyone thinks it's the beverage. It's not the beverage. The tea is you guys. The tea is the testimonies. The tea is the empowerment that you guys bring through the pain. You've taken your pain and you changed it into triumph. The action of overcoming. I want you all to pay attention, because these words are going to be used on Tea Time in 2022. Education, empowerment, entertainment, engagement. Those are all things I want you to pay attention to, because those are things that are going to be coming. I believe that I came in contact with IPC. He does Muppets. I want to do the Miss Liz Tea Time, like Mr. Dress Up. The puppets, the Muppets that give the messages. I believe that we were really connected for a reason, and we were meant to connect. I want everyone out there, the viewers that are watching now and the viewers that will watch later, to understand that there are many incredible people around the globe, not just in your community, not just in your country, but around the globe, that are impacting lives and changing lives. So let's pay attention, and let's shout out, and let's support and share. Instead of knocking and competing and comparing, let's work together, and let's bring a really empowerment action to the table. Unisys is making a global speaker platform. He's going to be impacting lives with his platform, opening doors. Elizabeth Carter, you really are making a difference with your story. You say it's not very much, but it is. It has touched a lot of lives, and it touched my life. Joy Brown, your empowerment, your action, your three EEs. I love the E's, Elizabeth. Like, there's the E's, you know. But I mean, we really can make a difference if we truly serve and spill our teas. And that's the action that Miss Liz is here for. And this is why I've created Tea Time. Because Tea Time was not created only when COVID hit. Tea Time was my business in 2015, where I did community tea parties, but I am no longer able to do those because of COVID. So I had to pivot and I had to make a difference. And how could I make a difference? By serving a cup of tea. By sitting, what I did with my community teas was sitting and getting to involve people. Because when you came to my community tea parties, you actually sat with people you would have never sat with before. You would have sat with the homeless person. You would have sat with the mental health lady that was breaking down who just got divorced. You would have connected with people. And that's exactly what we're doing virtually now. We're connecting and we're sitting with people that we would have never ever thought we would have sat with before. So that's what Tea Time is about. So I want to bring in Shanna. Shanna, I really want to give a shout out to Shanna. She doesn't understand how much she inspires me. She keeps saying that I inspire her, but she inspires me because this woman had me on her fund. She did a fundraiser to raise money because she has trouble breathing, and I'll let her share that. And I know we're going to go over time, but I think it's really important to share the importance of this. Shanna is a non-stop goer. She never gives up, this girl. And she really gave me an adventurous tea time. She took me in the woods. I was in the house, she was in the woods, but we still had our tea time. So, and again, we did it on a special day for her. It was her grandma's birthday. So it was kind of a memory tea as well. So Shanna, I want to have you share, and then I want Deb to close up. And we're going to do some draws. I'm going to do the draws after the tea time. I got my little magic teapot here, but I don't want to keep everybody. But all of your names are in here. You see all of them. I don't know who's going to win who, but I will pull out the names. I'll do a Facebook Live for that, and you guys can see what names are pulled. So I will do that. But I want Shanna to share, and we'll close up with Deb. And I really want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to sit and have tea with me in 2020 and 2021. And I hope that we all can have tea in 2023. Oh, I think you're muted, girl.
There we go. Hello, everyone.
There
Can
you go,
hear
girl.
me?
You're good to go. Oh, I love that
Hi,
tea.
everyone. Thank you for having me, Liz. You know how much I love you. And talk about adventurizing our first tea time. Well, today's going to be better. I've got one up on that because number one, I've just drove from past Kingston with this cup of my tea as my water for clarity. And this is a Destiny cup. I don't know if the camera's picking up how incredible this amazing cup is. But I literally just drove from Kingston, Ontario to Ingleside is where you've called me out on. So I've pulled over from the highway. I'm stuck in the storm. And I've drove with this cup of water on my dash of my truck without spilling it. So I think I get a thumbs up for that.
Adventure, I'm telling you, adventure.
I've been traveling with it here, waiting for my tea time, and I swear it has not spilled. So I'm so proud of myself. Now, another cool thing, I'm going to jump out of my truck and I'm going to roll my window down so I don't lock my keys in it. And I am in the middle of a storm, guys, and where Liz just called me out is Ingleside, Ontario. I'm traveling home near Liz in Cornwall, but right here is an amazing sign, and I'm barefoot in my boots and I'm freezing in my blouse. This says, you are now halfway between the North Pole and the equator, okay? And on the opposite side of the road is the other sign that says, you are halfway between the South Pole and the equator. And I'm running across a freezing snow-filled road. This person's probably thinking, what is this woman doing? Does she need help? This sign, can you guys see that, Liz?
Yes, we can.
So we are halfway between the equator and the North Pole. So ho, 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 I'm in the snow It can't get any chill. Oh, this poor person's coming to see if I need help. I have to let them know I'm okay. I'm good. So this is going to be more adventurous than being in the bush, because on the 401 tonight, there has been multiple accidents, and I've been taking my time. I had to go out to Kingston, believe it or not. Left at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I'm just getting back. I'm fine. Thank you for stopping. I'm just on a video conference. So beautiful gentleman, that tells you the kindness. I'm on a video call and I had to pull over so I wouldn't be texting on the phone while I was driving.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no, I appreciate your help. Thank you. That shows how kind the world is. Thank you. Oh, you too. Merry Christmas. So guys, I don't mean to hold you up, but I think it was so incredible to be pulled over halfway between the North Pole and the equator. So thanks, Liz, for calling me at this time. I think it couldn't be more perfect for Christmas and the holidays to think about that halfway to the North Pole. And our weather is acting that way. But you guys have kept me company my entire trip. I've been listening to Tea Time, and I just came from a beautiful feathersmith. She gave me this for safe travels. It's a medicine wheel, and she's a Mohawk healer. And I needed to see her today. So that kind of tells you where things are. I want to say a shout out to IPC. The funky-eyed Muppets, puppets are going to be incredible. I think that's an amazing adventure. And I've learned something from each and every guest tonight. So it's incredible what everybody is doing. I want to say shout out to Liz. Thank you for having me again. You are an inspiration, like I said, in so many ways. I'm another dyslexic girl, so peace out to us dyslexics. Things aren't always easy when our brain goes faster than our mouths, and my mouth can go pretty fast, so you can imagine how quick the brain is going. But I've learned something from each of you, and I've pulled something away for the holidays that has enlightened me. And actually, I knew I was going to be enlightened, Liz. I knew it. I expected it, but this has raised the bar. I really did not understand how many guests we're going to be sharing tonight. I didn't understand how much entertainment we were going to have and how much each of us can learn from each other. And this platform that you've created with Tea Time, Liz, cheers to all us tea timers. You have brought us from around the world, from halfway to the North Pole equator, you know, right to where's the farthest guest from tonight? Was it Brazil? I'm not sure the farthest guest from us. What would you say?
Oh, I would have to say maybe Togo. Or maybe Nepal. Nepal might be the furthest. Yeah, Nepal would probably be the furthest.
So guys, can you imagine that this platform that Liz has created, all to share her personal experience? And Liz, we know when you share from your heart, you know, it's hard for you to take appreciation. You've said that, and I know that in 2022 you're going to stop saying that, and every ounce of appreciation that we give you, you're going to consume, and that's going to help you grow and be stronger and brighter than you even are now, which is hard to believe. You're like a shining star on the Christmas tree. So what you've done for us, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I want to say thank you to all the Tea Time guests. Actually, a little bit just quickly, I guess, instead of talking about where I am at the North Equator, I am a registered nurse. I'm retired now. Liz was talking about my breathing. I do have 3 lesions, tumors in my lungs, and they've been treated, and knock on wood, they're pretty much staying still. So it definitely affects my breathing. Running back and forth just between those signs really gave me short of breath, but that does not stop me. The inspiration that I heard from each and every one of you guys tonight has just motivated me. It's 9 p.m. here, and I feel like it's 9 a.m. and I wish I had the rest of my day to just keep going, because it's just really given me a new spark that I really needed. This year was a big year of loss. Lost my dad in March, and I just lost Mom 3 weeks ago. We're actually having her service New Year's Eve. I had a massive flood at home where I lost a lot of our family albums and treasures and things that were materialistic, but nonetheless, I have 4 beautiful children. Jazz, Shayla, McKaylee, and Jerikai, and these children are the lights of my life. They keep me strong, they keep me going, and they're incredible children. Jazzy works in publishing in Toronto, so it's so neat to, and he's a poet. He was published at 6 years old in the Canadian Poetry Society. So I loved hearing about the poetry. I messaged you personally, Liz. I'm like, I need that book. I want to share that with Jazz, and I'm going to share the tea time with the children when they come home. We're going to revisit this and watch it. But you know, my children are doing incredibly well, and I gain strength from the inner beauty that I see in each person. And I'm that kind of person that if I'm in the grocery store lineup, I'll tell the lady beside me or the person beside me, hey, I love your shoes, or I love that coat, or my God, you have beautiful eyes, or your smile or your laugh made me, you know, made my day. We need to share those little things with other people, because COVID has really brought us into a sense of retraction, and now it's time to bloom again. So even if there's another virus, another strain coming out, and we're all we feel like lockdown's coming back again shortly, we just connecting in this social forum, like the girl said, we don't need to have our masks on. You know, I think I have 16 masks hanging off of my gear shift here, depending on where I go and what I'm wearing. I need to coordinate it. So COVID has become a big part of our life, and social media we're turning to more and more for connection. So I thank you, Liz, for this platform. I thank everyone tonight for sharing with us and being here. I'm excited to see what the new future brings for all of us. I can't wait to connect personally with a bunch of you folks. I'll have Liz maybe type in my email, because I'm so technically, what do you call it? Disabled that I'm not even sure how to put a message on here right now, but I am in the middle of a snowstorm traveling. So I will connect with you guys. And I just want to say, we're having a fashion show in August, and it's going to be to do with climate leaders and climate change and global warming. I've been a very huge ambassador of recycling and the planet, and we only have one planet, and you know, what we can do to change that. So part of what I like to share with everybody, and Liz, especially what she said about me being the most adventurous and being out in the bush, was exactly that. You know, even in this snowstorm, guys, step outside for 5 minutes, just look at your moon, look at your stars, look at your sun, whatever's happening, wherever you are, stop and plant your feet. I have bare feet in the snow just a few minutes ago, because I drive like that, and there was no time to put my shoes on to show you guys these equator signs. You know, plant your feet in the snow, you know, plant your feet in the sand, and connect to Mother Earth, because we only have one Earth. And no matter what our message and our mission is, unless we take care of the earth that we're standing upon, and we really become ambassadors for our future generations, become leaders, guys, that, you know, this is our only planet. So I'll show you my bare feet in the snow, because I literally, how do I turn my camera around, Liz? Am I going to lose you? I don't know how to do this, guys. Do you see my bare feet in the snow?
We see your feet.
Dance in the sand. If you're in the snow, dance in the snow, and be thankful that we're on this side of the sod today. Use those superpowers that we have and communicate and just love each other. And I wish for only peace and happiness for everybody. Peace out, and thank you, Liz, for the opportunity. And just remember to dance wherever you are, no matter how cold it is. It's going to be fun, because it just made my day to be a part of tea time with all of you. So thanks for the connection, and peace out, be safe, and happiness in 2022.
Thank you so much, Shanna. See, like I said, adventure. This girl is adventure. But we're going to close it up with Deb reading a poem. And then I will do a Facebook Live for all the draws and all that, because I don't want to keep you guys. It's really late in some countries. So Deb, I'm going to let you wrap it up. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and sitting with me for having tea in 2020 and 2021. And if anybody would like to know more on Tea Time, please follow the YouTube channel, Facebook. I will be moving off of Facebook in 2022. That is one of the updates for Miss Liz. So you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn and Alignable. I just feel that Facebook my time is up on Facebook. So I am just moving to other platforms, but follow me, stay connected, and I will connect more dots in the future of 2023. So Deb, if you could close it up with your beautiful poem, and then I will close up the tea time and thank you all again for tuning in.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Liz. I didn't get a chance to really show the gratitude. And I've written this poem. It's 2 poems in one. And this is for everyone that might feel the sting of getting started and who might have felt small. I want everyone to remember that no matter your role in this journey that we call life, that we are all needed and we all matter. I also write what I call poemscriptions. So my belief is there's always a poem for every emotion. So if anybody is struggling with anything and they want a poem specifically written for them, please come to me. I would love to help. So we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. Depressed, procrastination, suppressed, anxiety, distressed, distraction. Take action. Just get started. Somebody needs to hear your voice. Just do the thing. Make the choice. Just do it. Don't stop. Just one step. Just one step is all it takes. One finger push of a button, just one flick, a muscle twitch followed by another, and the next, then another, yet another, until it starts to become a pattern, a rhythm of key clicking, button pushing, finger flicking, keyboard rattling, sentence starting, paragraph making, chapter ending, novel publishing, book signing, author greeting, journey of self-discovery. It all started exactly where it ended. One thought. We are all but a thought, a muscle twitch away from the next Oprah or Ellen or Les Brown or Miss Liz, from ourselves, from greatness. And I don't believe in potential, as we are energy, and energy is everything. So we are everything. And potential is a effing cop out, drop out, fall off the tree excuse reuse, just to refuse to grow, to show, to flow. We are all just a huge ball of distracted twitches and itches of greatness. It's time to shine. It's time to show up, time to speak up. Oh, paper clip stuck on a clipboard of togetherness, of foreverness, gratefulness, straightfulness. Keeping things in one place, pacing, tracing, placing when it feels like it's all falling apart. What do I do? Where do I start? Straight from the heart, right here in the now, straight in the sharpness of the grief, directly in the pain. I am honest and I acknowledge the sting and the strain, and I choose to show and I choose to grow. Oh, paperclip, who are you? Where did you go? A tool once used to hold together murdered trees, taking from our birds and our humbling bees. Oh, paperclip, I straighten you out and free you from the job title you have been given of crimped swirls and curls, free from the shackles, chains of society's permanent stains of our emotions and thoughts and window panes, from holding together what is broken. You get to let go, choose to go with the flow, on with the show. You are free, oh paperclip. Who can you be? Where will you go? Whatever you choose, remember, you have a free will. The new over the old, you decide. Choose your journey and pick your ride. Thank you so much for having me on. This is just the small details are the most important things. And sometimes we may feel small, but we may be small, but we are mighty. Thank you so much, Liz. I love you.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for tuning in to Tea Time Reunion 2020-2021. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. If you need anything, if you need me to connect another dot, let me know. I will knock on the door for you. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's and the best in 2022. And let's stay connected. Let's keep networking and let's make a difference one cup of tea at a time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Liz. Happy holidays.
Thank you, everyone.
Everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of
We love
this.
you guys. We love you all.